around anyway. It's awful early. It's 5 o'clock. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Me and Jody are sitting here solving the world's problems, so hang out. We
It's
may
the
actually learn
Buggy
something.
and Jody show.
The Dougie and Jody Show, solving the world's problems. Good morning, everybody. Figured I might as well turn the cam on for a while. This segment of show is brought to you by Red Bull. Not really, but their people should call me. I'm cheap.
But not free.
Exactly. We'll get some viewers in later, and we'll have history lessons today about shipwrecks on the Great Lakes.
So you're going to be the teacher? What do we
Yep.
call you? Mr. Bugman?
Mr. Bugman.
Do they have to raise their hand before they can ask a question?
God, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? That's why I quit posting the link up there. I just put it up when someone I want to come up pops up.
Put John in detention.
Because otherwise, if I don't, heck, I'll look up. There'll be 4 or 5 people in the basement. I have to act like I don't see them because I don't want them to come up. Some of them will get in there and they'll just take over, It's like, damn, slow down a little bit, man.
Yeah.
So that's why I quit posting the link up there in the top all the time. I got to do some exercises on my knee today. I've been slacking. I done 3 years worth of taxes yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, as a bunch. I got back taxes from 2000 to 2024, or from 2020 to 24, and I got most of them done. And because I have no idea where I know I've had them figured up already before, but I have no idea where they're at, so I'm just doing them all over, which I'm shorting myself big time because I don't have all my receipts and stuff for expenses, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm going to file an offer in compromise anyway when I get all this done, but you can't file it unless all your taxes are caught up. So we're going to get all the taxes caught up, and then we're going to file an offer in compromise because I haven't worked in 2 years, and they'll deem me non-collectible because I don't have anything. I got no money. I don't own anything. In theory.
Yeah.
So I'll just file. You can file your own offer in compromise. I done it once. I was talking about the other day. I done it. I forget. It's probably 05 or something. It was before the real estate crash. It might have been 04 or something. And at the time, it was booming. I think the year before I filed it, I made like 72 grand or thereabouts. And so they set me up on $850 a month payment, which wasn't a problem until real estate crashed. And then I wasn't working. And I even emailed them, and sent them a letter and said, hey, we need to lower this until, I get back to work or whatever. And they didn't want to hear it. So I just quit making the payments. What could I do? I didn't have the money.
Mm-hmm.
And I messed up calling them about the 1099s the other day because they had lost track of me. They didn't know where I was.
Yeah.
Because I don't have anything in my name. So
Mm-hmm.
they could search public records for anything that I own and nothing would come up. Where actually I got to get a hold of my buddy and have him put my motorcycles and stuff in his name. Where I'm going to trade the Moto Guzzi back to my cousin. It was her dad's. He bought it new in 84.
Yeah.
And I bought it off him 6 or 8 years ago. And they were over here before Dad passed away. And she said something about, man, I'd really like to get Dad's bike back. You want to sell it? And he has a Chevy pickup truck sitting in the barn. And it's probably dirty right now, but it cleans up really well. And it's nice. It's an older one, like 80s or something like that. And I wanted it, years before. And I told her, I said, well, I'll just trade you that for the pickup truck because, oh shit, hold on. This phone, man, you push the volume down button and the volume goes up. but I only paid him $900 for the bike. So
Mhm.
this truck's nice.
Is it one of them square ones?
Uh, I think so. It's older. It's like one of them. It's kind of two toned on the side. It's got like tan in down the side, and it's like brown above and below it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See if I can find a picture of the Chevy truck.
I can't remember what I had, but one time I had a big 4-wheel drive, big tires on it. It was
Yep,
a Chevy. It was like a square body.
yep. This one is I don't even know. It may even still have a distributor and stuff like that.
My favorite truck I had was a 66 Ford,
Oh, really?
and it was a hot rod.
Oh, really? Yep. I had
Mhm.
a 71 Chevy with the straight 6 cylinder,
Yeah.
and that was my favorite truck because you couldn't. It wasn't fast, it wasn't fancy, but it was dependable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a 72 Ford that's painted like a real bright yellow, real pretty yellow. It was fast too. I used to keep fast cars, but
That's how you got all them tickets now because you keep driving fast. So you
I
think
don't have. I want to get a charger, but
no, no, that's a really bad idea right there for you. You kidding me?
but I don't want to have a bunch of big insurance bills.
Yeah. Plus, you're going to get tickets and end up losing your license.
No, I can run in one of those. That's the problem now. I'm not in a car I can outrun the cops, so I have to take the ticket.
I'm not. You don't want to outrun the cops these days. You can't do that because you'll go to jail.
No, you don't. I've done that how many times?
Well, yeah, in Tennessee, it's probably a little easier than it is up down
You
up
go,
here. You know.
you go hide behind a building or pull up on a side street and wait a few minutes and pull back out. No biggie. I've been racing people and like even my sister in law. We was racing up to 3 lane and we met a state trooper. I'm gonna hit your brakes and she slowed down and I pushed my pedal down. I'm like, sucker, you can take the ticket.
Sucker, you can take the ticket.
You stupid enough to be the one to stop.
Yeah. You know, I don't know what year that truck is. Now that I mention it, because the even it's between 73 and 80 something. They look pretty much the same. The square bodies with the two tone, whatever they call it. You know.
Yeah.
Let's see here. It's sort of like this one here. Let's see. It's sort of like this truck right here. Where we at? See how it's got the two tone?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
sort of like that right there. It's got, it's brown and it's got the tan on the side there. I don't remember what year it is, but I know when my uncle bought it. I remember when he bought it, and the guy he got it from was somebody who worked with at Delco, and it had a brand new motor and transmission put in it, and that's the only reason he bought it. And that's the only reason I trade for it because I know there's no way he put. Hey, good morning, Rustic.
Roostic.
There's no way he put more than 20,000. Not, I don't even think 20,000. He just drove it around town.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he has, a new car and a Harley trike and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, he worked at Chevrolet, so and they still get the employee discount when they buy cars. I can remember back when the factories were here, he could buy a car, he could buy a pickup truck, drive it for a year, trade it in on a new one, and because of his discount, one time the dealership had to write him a check for
Oh
like
wow.
$5,000 or something and give him a
My
new truck.
goodness.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah. The I can remember back then, and I forget what it was, but I remember saying something along the lines of, one of these days, since they're going to make them trucks in Mexico, they're going to have to start giving the American people the employee discount, or nobody will be able to afford to buy one.
Yep.
sure enough, it happened one time. What, back in the '90s, I think it was, or no, it was in the 2000s. It might have been, I forget when it was, but I remember it happened. They said they had ads, get the employees discount and buy this truck, blah blah blah. But yeah, I can't remember what year it is, but it's sort of like that one I showed you.
Yeah.
It's not as nice as that, but I do got a buddy that does body work and paint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if the body's still pretty solid, I mean, they all back in the day, the cab corners used to all rot out of them, and the rear cab
Mhm.
mats, and the cab would sit down a little bit.
Yeah.
If you followed the line of the trim, you'd see the bed, and then the cab would sit down about 2 inches. We actually took one time and jacked the back of the body up where the cab corners and stuff were, and slid a 2x4 under there, and it set it up and it lined them up perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The good old days.
yeah. Back when you could work on. That's the whole idea. I want to have that, so I haven't had a pickup for years, and I miss having one. And hopefully I can get rid of the freaking Buick and buy something I want, because that thing's a piece of crap. I did figure out how to seal the sunroof though. Morning, Rustic. Oh shit. Why didn't it make the noise when you come up? There you go, buddy.
Ding,
Good morning, whoever's in there. I don't see nobody in the chat yet, but good
ding,
morning. Today we're going to have history lessons on the Bugman Show.
Mr. Bagman.
It should be interesting, actually. I'm glad you're here for it. You'll be glad you
Mr.
did.
What, Jody?
What'd you say, Jody?
Mr. Bagman.
Mr. Bugman Show. Yeah, teacher, Mr. Bugman, history teacher.
I see your voice ain't come all the way back yet.
No,
No, but I can talk now.
she's getting closer.
Don't talk much or to go back away again.
Exactly. Yeah. But that
Well,
truck would be a good starting place for a restore.
we wound up with 50 yesterday, Jody.
Did you really?
Yep.
Dang.
That's good. I was coughing. That's really good.
Yeah, I told Anthony, I said, man, I said, I hate to cut out. I said, but I gotta go get me something to eat. I ain't had to eat all day. I'll get sick to my stomach, man.
Yeah.
He said, all right, I said, I'm just gonna hang around here till my ride gets here. And I said, if I was you, I'd go around there to that corner down there and try it. I got no sooner I pulled in at McDonald's, that phone rang. He said, Rusty, you need to get back here, man. He said, I've done pulled out 5 big ones in a row.
No kidding. Heck
And,
yeah.
and well, Boogie was back here.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, well, I'm headed. I'm headed. When I pulled up, before I even got there, I told him, I said, I know where he's at. I said, yep, that's where he's at. I can see him. I knew exactly where he was at. We sat
It's
there
the
and I ate my
time.
burger, and then I went down there. We got off. We was, we was backstage there for a little bit after the show, and then we got off and went down there, and man, we pulled him out. I filled that bucket up, and then I said, man, I ain't got enough bags for any more, so I'm gonna have to stop right here. But
Heck yeah.
It's the timing, ain't it?
Just think,
well,
had you went down there earlier, how many you would have had.
well, yeah. If I was down there earlier, I'd fill that big white cooler up. I'd had a full of
Yeah.
nice ones because it's off a point, and the
Yeah.
water beats like it's right here, current seams. As long as you throw it there beside that current seam on one side or the other, you bow, 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 bow. I mean, they was just coming up like that.
Hey, guess what?
Chicken snot, put it on bread and eat it hot. You mean
No.
that?
We had this guy that works for the state question us Saturday at Chickamauga and about our fishing experience. He said they was shocking up at Watts Bar Dam the water, and they never saw the first skipjack up there.
Really?
Yep.
Well, I know they do that to And like the questions they ask you, those are important to answer because you fish a lot and you're on that body of water a lot, and your information will come in handy.
Well, they
And
was yesterday on the far side against the wall on the far side. They was shocking over there.
Yeah. So
you
there's
can
plenty of
order,
walleye though.
you can order just about any part you
I didn't
need
get
for
talked
a
to them, but
vehicle.
right now, right now there's no Asian carp up in there right now.
Really?
Yeah, there was none. And but man, there was a bowfin that come up, Jody. I swear he came up right below me right there, and I couldn't figure out what it was. It was just so big. I mean, this thing was it was every bit of that long. And I told Anthony, I said, I don't know what it is, but it's got spots and it's got whiskers. I said, see if you can figure out what it is. And I was kind of hinting towards a green on both ends, but I wasn't for sure because I've never seen one that big. And I've caught some big ones. And he looked at her and he said, yep, that's a both end. I said, big son of a gun. That joker had a head on him like that.
Wow.
I mean, it was big. Anthony said, that's the biggest one I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it just came up out of that water, murky water right there at the edge, right there, sat there a little bit and looked at me, kind of, well, I say looking at me, but it wasn't. It was just sitting there. And just
Mhm.
slowly around the rocks and back down the deep. I said, that's freaky.
Yeah.
You can order parts, body parts and stuff to redo things nowadays, like the
Hey,
truck or
Donald,
whatever.
good morning.
You can order body components and replace the original ones. That's pretty cool.
Hey, buddy, Donald Knight came in.
Oh, oh, sorry, man. I'm looking at something. Morning, Donald
Mhm.
Knight. You're going to enjoy today's show. We're going to have history lessons today, and the topic's pretty interesting, actually.
I'm going to jump down. I'm coughing. Have a
Okay,
good day,
good.
everybody.
Go rest that voice, Jody.
Yeah, you definitely need to quit talking.
All right. Bye.
Get you some warm tea.
Yep, I didn't know that. You can buy all replacement body components for stuff, so I am definitely going to trade for that truck. And in 5 years, I'll have that bad boy looking nice. It's
Yeah.
not that ate up anyway, the more I think about it. How is everyone this morning? Okay, I'm done looking at body parts. You have my 100% undivided attention.
How do you like that 61-pound blue Chris caught yesterday morning?
Nice, wasn't it? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, there's a nice fish.
Man, it's big old
He,
pot belly dark. I mean, that
yeah, it
fish is
was.
dark
He,
colored.
he catches nice fish, man, but he works at it and he goes a lot of places to find them.
Yep. That's a nice fish, man. I just I was so glad he came up on the panel and fished with us.
Yeah,
So with a fish like that, that'd been nice if he was recording on his own and got that.
yeah.
That way he could have made up. But he can go back at any time and cut it out of the video if he wants to.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I don't know enough about it, you know what I mean? But I was wondering if he could go back and cut that section out himself and save it.
Yeah, because I have that option turned on. But yeah, that was
Oh man.
a nice fish, beautiful fish.
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie to nobody. I can only dream of catching something that big.
Yep. My goal this year, and I set realistic goals. My goal this year is to catch a 20-pound blue. And after that I'll set a new goal, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
right now 20 pounds is my goal. My biggest channel cat is 10.8. I caught that a couple years ago. And that's big for up here, where I live at, because there just
yeah.
aren't that. It's not that good a fishery up here.
How big? How big you say?
10.8.
Oh yeah, it was good fighting fish here.
I got a picture of it somewhere on my thing up there. I think somewhere. Let's see if I can find a picture of it here.
10
But
pound
yeah,
shrimp.
for where I live, that's a real good fish. Actually, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh man,
How is Donald Knight this morning?
I'll be glad when my knees completely healed and ready to go, because I almost went out and started messing around in the garage, and I thought, dude, don't be stupid. Do not do anything stupid. So I made myself stay in and finish doing my taxes, as hard as that was to do. There's my old Ford. Man, I miss my little Ford.
Donald
Yes,
said he
I
doing
do.
well. Awesome.
All right, Donald. It's good to hear, buddy. Yeah.
Donald, the skipjacks ain't moved in yet quite as good as it should. But I figured about it. I'm gonna go back up again and after these storms pass and everything. Yeah. Yep.
Well, maybe just a little early, you reckon?
Yeah, it's still early. There's no bait fish up in there right now. And they
Yeah.
have the bait fish ain't moved in. And so the skipjack, they follow the bait fish. And the spawn right there, it's the water's still not right for them. And cause it's still cold, very cold. And but when that bait fish moves in, oh, it's on like Donkey Kong, boy.
It's on like it's some Donkey Kong, baby. Don't be playing. Yeah, there's a video on there somewhere when I caught that fish. I was by
Yeah,
myself.
they got some good fish too. Yeah, everybody did except for poor Roger.
He had his possible future father-in-law with him, even.
Yeah, but you know the conditions wasn't very good, and
Yeah.
everything. And this waters, it's the crappie was down deep, so instead of jigging for them, plus he was doing everything he could. Man, the winds were blowing and everything,
Yeah.
and Roger catch him. I've got pictures of him. So
Yeah.
hey, Morty, good morning. Sorry, I'm late to class.
It's all right, Morty. We'll let you slide this first week of school. You're entitled. Just don't let it happen again next week. Oh, man. I slept wrong or something. My neck's stiff. Probably the stress of doing taxes for God knows how many hours yesterday, over and over. And then I finally figured out what I was doing wrong, and it made it a lot easier. I was entering stuff, a little bit of, each thing I was entering individually, and then I found a way to make them transfer to all the other ones, like my information and crap like that. So after that, it made it go a lot faster.
Well, tell you what, buddy, I am sore.
Oh, I'll bet you are, man.
I'm always am on the first day of about the first 2 or 3 trips on the skipjack. Man, I can't hardly move.
Yep,
Uh,
I'll bet.
Yesterday when I pulled up to get out of the band at the house, I went to move my legs. I'm like, come on, work.
Yep. Oh man, I can remember I'd go dirt bike racing, and there's never a race anywhere within 2 hours of me. You know what I mean? So there was always a long drive home.
Yeah.
And man, I'd get in the driveway, and I pulled in the driveway one time, backed the trailer up to the garage door so nobody could get the bike off the trailer, because there was no way I could unload at that time when I got home that night.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting in the truck, and my girlfriend come out and said, "What are you doing?" I say, "Come here a minute." And she come here and say, "Help me get my legs out of the truck. I can't move them."
Yeah.
She laughed. She said, "You're kidding me." I said, "Nope." It was a mud race, and there's a lot of foot paddling up and down the hills and stuff. I was like, "No, I can't get out right now by myself. I had to wait a while."
We are putting the boat in tomorrow morning for the first time this year, going to Caesar's Creek. Awesome. You
Very
gonna go
cool.
live? You go live or do some video footage? Either which way, I'm gonna watch anyway.
Yeah.
People don't understand endurance it takes to ride dirt bikes like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And this was a 2-hour race in the mud in the hilly places down southern Indiana. It was an ass kicker. In fact, my bike had so much mud on it you couldn't even hardly see the bike. And I was going down the interstate running about 50 mile an hour because I was exhausted. And some girls come by me in a car laughing and pointing back at my bike. I rolled my window down. They said, "Was it muddy or something?" I said, "Oh, well, no, it's just always like that. I hate washing it." But yeah, those were definitely ass kickers, man. And I used to think about it. If you think about it, how often in your life do you do something that entails continuous movement, nonstop movement for 2 hours solid?
That's cool, Donald. You're welcome to come up here and fish on Buggy's Live.
Heck yeah,
Sure,
when are
when I
you
see
going
somebody
fishing?
caught fish
Oh,
on Buggy.
tomorrow. What day's tomorrow? Thursday.
Yeah,
If you're going to go fishing and want a live platform, I'll come up, Don, or I'll fire it up for you. I wasn't planning on doing it till Friday, but yeah, I'll go live so you got a platform to put it on. Unless you just want to, don't matter to me. But today I got up early because my dear little dog woke me up at 3:45. And so I get up and let him out because he got to go to the bathroom. And he comes back in, and then I'm awake, and I'm like, "Are you effing kidding me?" I went back in to try to lay down and go to sleep, and I realized that was a futile endeavor. I was asleep, I was awake, so I might as well just get my fat butt out of bed. I wasn't even going to go live today,
huh.
but I figured, well, I'm up, I got nothing else to do. I'll go ahead and turn it on and, you know, set it
Yeah.
for 5 o'clock or whatever and see if anybody's around today. I'm not going to do my history lesson until about 7, I don't think. I know everyone's excited to learn what the history lesson's about today. It's actually really interesting, so you'll be glad that you hung around for it.
I prefer riding in the mud over the sand. Just personal
Oh
preference.
yeah, all day, Marty. Yeah, me too, 100%. But one thing that helped me when I was younger and learning to do it, when you get into the big bikes and stuff, it's a whole different world than riding the minis. And someone told me one time, said, just think of the mud like you're riding in the sand. Just stay loose and let the bike float all around and just try to keep your forward momentum going. And once I done that, it made riding in the mud a lot easier. And those are usually the ones that were muddy and hard were the ones that I trophied in, because most guys would get discouraged halfway through or whatever. They may get stuck or something and just get discouraged and go back to the truck. Well, I would never quit. You wasn't allowed to quit where I came from. But I sure wish I wish I was young again.
It'd be late morning. My partner had a doctor appointment at
Oh,
9.
okay. That'll work, Don. I'll just watch for the notification then.
Well, I can't go live because not right now because I got enough time to go live one more time fishing.
Yep.
Then it's back to free YouTube until I get my free time back.
Yeah, you know me. I'll probably end up going live tomorrow anyway. Who knows? You know how I am.
I found out last night Big Mike's got sometime in April, he's got a nighttime tournament.
Oh, does he? An open one for anybody can fish in it?
Yeah, I think it's from 8 to midnight. Yeah.
Oh, really? I like those hours. When is it? In April? Yeah, I won't be ready by April. I got way too much stuff to get done on the little boat before that even thinks about happening. Let alone getting the plates and the launch permit and everything else I got to get to be able to put it in the water.
Yeah.
I got to get the trailer plates, the launch permit, which is a sticker that goes on the side of the boat that says 2025 on it, and then you got to get a sticker for the trailer, which is your launch permit. So you pay four taxes before you ever get the boat in the water in Indiana. And it'll happen eventually. But before I get too far along on it, I'm gonna take the plate off of. Well, hell, I ain't even got the trailer plate. Now I have to get the trailer plate off my body and put it on there, and take it out to the reservoir and put it in the water and see if it floats or not. I know it floats, but I kind of joke when I say that. See how high it sits up in the water, and I don't know because I think the foam was waterlogged on it.
Yeah, I had fun yesterday. Every time I hollered some fish on, I had to go give them full screen. I stood there the whole time. They wouldn't even fishing. Watch them.
Yeah,
They catch what they catch.
yeah,
That was pretty cool yesterday. Chris said, "Fish on, fish on." And he said, "Oh, I got off. Oh, fish on, fish on."
yeah, yeah. It was a good live yesterday, man. Really good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
You
And
know,
it
when
gave me.
I was up there, I was co-hosting for Roger. Then I was co-hosting for Chris the next time,
Yep.
next day, and that one yesterday. Those three lives right there was the most fun I've had in a while.
Yeah, I'd say that one yesterday was pretty fun, actually.
J Dog got the trifecta up there on Lincoln River, and we tried to get the trifecta on the multi-species, but Roger just couldn't pull it out.
Yep, I got the trifecta 2 times up there fishing with J Dog. They weren't big, but they were, it was still a trifecta any way you look at it.
Yeah. Fishing to me is, if I catch the big ones, it's like deer hunting. You sit there, and if a big body buck walks by, it's got a big rack. The rack's just a bonus.
Yep.
And me fishing, if I catch a big one, that's just a bonus. But as long as I'm catching, I'm good.
Hey, Morty, don't they have some pretty good dual sports up there in Wabeno, Wisconsin, or something like that in the spring and the fall? I know they have one in the fall up there that's a really good dual sport. I used to live up there in Shawano, Wisconsin, outside of Green Bay.
I tried pulling a state park last year. It was expensive. Ooh.
Yeah, it is, man. Well, like me, for instance, I buy a year pass for the state parks because then I can go into any of them that have lakes, and all I got to do is hold the card up. Then I already have the launch permit on the trailer, which I don't have to pay anything after that to launch. I can launch at any of the state lakes.
Hey, there's Nate. Turtle Nate. Good morning.
Hey, morning, Nate. How are you, buddy? Good to see you today, man. Oh, man. I don't feel the greatest today already. I can
That's
see
stickers
that.
I got to send out today. Got to send Mason some stickers that was forwarded to him. Got
Yep,
to
I
get some
seen
to
that.
the twins, and I got to get some to the reef robber.
I found 3 stickers, 2 of the American flag ones and 1 of the circle ones, but I think I'm going to keep them because they're the only ones I got left. Oh, that's right, Marty. We talked about that, didn't we? I'm sorry. You'll have to understand. I got some serious memory issues, brother. So you just have to remind me, okay? Because I got bad memory issues. I'm going to have so much money in fishing license this year. It's unbelievable. Already, or I got to get my Kentucky. I got my Indiana already. And then, like, if I was to go up there and fish, I'll just get a 3-day thing or whatever, a temporary one. I won't get a year pass because I won't be up there that much. That's a long drive up there for where I'm at now. And I'm not the biggest fan on earth of driving around Chicago. Chicago sucks no matter any way you look at it. Driving around Chicago on that loop around Chicago is horrible. I've never driven that and not got stuck in traffic for at least 20 minutes. And I think a lot of it would help if they just done away with the toll road part of it. You could just skate right around there nonstop.
Yeah, toll roads are a joke. It's just another way for them to get money off of it.
Yep, I did make a mistake and thinking, well, I'm not going to take the toll road, so I'll just drive whatever that interstate is straight up through Chicago. Yeah, that's a bad idea. Don't do that very often. Take my word for it. What the heck is this? Oh, okay, that's old. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Get rid of that. Close that out. Find out where this is. What happened? Oh, view channel. That's where I find it. Because I usually keep the live going on my phone in case I got to get somebody a wrench that doesn't have one when they come up or something. It's only 5:41 a.m. Man, goodness, we're technically that would be 4:41 last week. I know I got to get to work pretty quick, man. Money's getting tight, but I got all the stuff I got to do before I can do that. I'll be right back.
Buggy, I'm getting ready to drive to work. Oh, don't come in here and cuss us like that. Oh, no, no, no. Bad for little word. Blue and white. They like that blue and white. Before I go back up, I got to go buy me some more jigs. Somebody up there, they've been doing quite a bit of snagging, I guess, trying to. There's no Asian carp in there right now. And daggum, somebody broke off trying to snag with 100-pound tense line, I guess. And I lost 3 setups out there on their lines. I'm like, geez, I just bought all these jigs. No, I got to buy some more. Red and white's a popular color, man. I've been to 2 Walmarts and they've sold out of both of them. I had to put blue and white on, and I had 7 jigs, and I had to cut a couple of jigs off. They didn't want that long strand right now. It was funny, Anthony. Was going to McDonald's. I just pulled into McDonald's. And Anthony said, "Come back here." I said, "I'm catching those big ones. I found them. Figured you would." He knew exactly where he was at. He didn't even have to tell me. So all morning I was sitting down on that live. I was thinking, man, I need to pack up and go down there. But I didn't. where we was at, you catch one about every hour, every 2 hours or something like that. Or you get a couple move in, you catch a couple at a time. But they just not there right now. And I got a feeling that they ain't going. It's going to be another week before you can go in there and catch it up to pay for a trip over there. But I brought home enough. Me and Anthony did. He didn't want to keep none, so he just wanted to fish with me. And so I wind up bringing 50 in and hey, pay for my trip over
Mhm. All right, all right. Everybody out. Nobody talking in the chat hardly, but Nate, Morty, and Don. That's just not
there.
man,
Still early,
y'all.
buddy. Still early.
Yeah, that's true. That's
So
true. We can't even start class till probably 7.
yeah.
We'll throw a little trivia out there though before class. Let's see. How many shipwrecks you think there's been in the Great Lakes in the history of the Great Lakes?
Oh, don't know anything about them Great Lakes.
6,000 shipwrecks. 30,000 people died in shipwrecks on the Great Lakes.
I watched a documentary on the Great Lakes, and I don't remember which one it was, but they said they got one up there that shows like 3 waves. They call it the Three Sisters or something like that. I forgot what they call it, three something. And they said it's cost a lot of shipwrecks.
Yeah, Lake Superior is really nasty. Whitefish Bay and stuff like that. We're going to touch on all that later.
Jody said, "I'm driving. Where are you driving to, Jody? Work?"
Don
Jody,
wants to know what the color choice was.
Jody, if you want to ease your throat a little bit, get you drink some warm tea, put a little honey in it.
Yep. Or stop at a bar and tell them you need a hot toddy before you go home. They'll mix you up a shot, heat it in the microwave, and give it to you. And you slam it, go home, wrap up in the blankets, and go to bed.
That's good if you're running a fever.
Yep. But I usually do if I feel myself starting to get sick like that, like, you can feel the voice starting to go and the congestion stuff. I'll come home and slam a whole one of them whole cups of NyQuil. I'll go to bed and put 3 or 4 blankets on top of me, and I'll lay in there and sweat that shit out all night.
Then I've done that one time. I was in Florida. I had the flu. Oh, I was bad sick. The guy I worked with, I just started, didn't have no money, so he stopped by. He got me a bottle of NyQuil. He said, "Here, I'm gonna take you home. So you drink half of this right now, and you go home and cover up." The next day, I woke up. I felt good.
Yeah. When I worked at the cable company, because we worked outside in the cold all the time, year round, or in the wintertime. And I would feel it getting ready to start come on. You can feel like you're starting to get sick, and I'd be like, "Nope, this ain't happening." And I'd go home, and it worked forever for me. It probably wouldn't work now, but it did back then. I think I gotta go pick my buddy up from the hospital today or something. He texted me last night about midnight and said get with him this morning. And I think they messed up. He went to the hospital early last week, had hernia surgery, right? Well, he gets home the next day. 2 days later, he starts running a fever and feeling horrible. So he goes back to the hospital that done the surgery.
Ernie, morning.
History mystery man. Yep. Let me look him up real quick on my other computer.
But
I got some books on the Great Lake shipwrecks and stuff. I find it really interesting.
Hey, Bug, here in town, I'm owed some yards here in town, right?
Yeah.
For some, older people and stuff like that. They pay me One of them came by the day before yesterday, knocked on the door. I didn't even know he was there. My dog started barking and walked outside, and he was there. And I was like, "Oh, it's too early to be mowing it. Everything's still dead."
Yeah.
He said, "You still mowing?" I said, "Yeah." I said, yeah, I'm still mowing." And he said, "Good, good." He said, "What's the time frame on you mowing my yard?" I said, "About another 2 weeks."
Yeah, for sure.
He said,
I
"Really?"
ain't even
I
thought
said, "Yeah."
about that. Yeah.
You can't mow when there's winter weeds in the yard. There ain't no grass.
No, sure can. That's what I thought. I look out my grass. It'll probably start turning here anytime. I know that.
Well, his yard has got beautiful Bermuda grass.
Yep.
I told him, I said, Bermuda grass ain't even started turning green yet. I mean, it's still dormant.
Yeah.
I think what it is, got a bunch of leaves over there. I think he was referring, I was going to go over and clean up the leaves. I said, "That's not what I get paid to do."
Yeah. No, I'm not a leave guy.
Ernie Brown said he might go fishing after doctor. It's about time.
All right, Ernie. I sure hope you do, man.
Man, I checked the weather yesterday because they kept talking about how bad the weather's going to be Friday this weekend. And which it is, I've seen it. And I checked the weather for next week, and man, the winds are going to blow like crazy.
Let's see here. What was I just thinking about? Now I forgot. Heck, man, but I hate when that happens. That happens a lot these days too.
You was talking about
Yeah, Don, I found him. I got him subscribed and stuff. He's got some. Looks like some. He's got some good James Dean information too. I live about 15 miles or so from James Dean's hometown, Fairmont, Indiana. They have the James Dean Festival there every year. Everybody brings his old hot rods and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Man, I tell you what, yesterday I couldn't believe how murky that water was up here yesterday. I've never seen it murky like that.
Oh man. Oh, I remember what I was talking about my buddy. But anyway, so he goes back to the hospital, right? It's like 2 days after his surgery, and he's running a fever and he's not feeling good, which is a sure indication of an infection or something. You know what I mean? So he gets to the emergency room at 8 p.m. Well, at 1 in the morning, he still hadn't got in to see anybody. And his girlfriend said, "Come on, man, we'll go somewhere else." And they literally got in the car and drove 40 miles to another town and went to the emergency room. They took him right in, took blood, and within 5 minutes, they had him hooked up to IVs and putting antibiotics and stuff in him. And they got a hold of the original hospital where he had the surgery done. And the surgeon said, "We'll have him come back here. And we'll I think they had maybe an ambulance bring him back to the original hospital." And they done surgery yesterday, day before yesterday, and said that there was a blockage or something. And I'm thinking, yeah, I wonder what they screwed up in the original surgery and had to go back in and fix. You know what I mean? It had to be something like that. That's why, like I was saying, my doctor that done my knee surgery, he will not do surgery in Ball Hospital here in Muncie. He goes to Anderson. He said, "I won't." He said, "I don't. They get too many infections there, and I'm not going to have it happen to my patients." It's not a good hospital, and all they really need is another hospital built for a little competition, and things would straighten up pretty quick, I think. But you know how that goes when you got the politicians in your pocket. And I don't want to sound like that guy, but I'm sounding like that guy right now because that's just how it is. But see, I think Congress should pass a law that every surgery should have to have video, should be videoed. Not like getting in real close and zooming into where they're cutting them open or whatever, but just a camera with audio going on, filming the surgery. And then that would eliminate all the need for having another doctor testify for malpractice or whatever because it would be on video. I mean, doctors will never go for it, but I think that should be the law. Because they would. My same buddy, his stepdad, it's been about 10 years ago or so now, but his stepdad was having what they classified as minor heart surgery. And after it all come out in the trial or whatever, come find out that the doctor had made a mistake and cut his heart or something, and he ended up dying. But originally the doctor come out and told the family he wasn't really sure what happened, but something happened during the procedure and he passed away. And so they ended up, getting a lawyer and having it all researched and stuff. Come find out the doctor had actually done it. But when he was talking to his mom, it was her husband, she was talking to the lawyer about, suing him for malpractice or whatever. And the lawyer said something along the lines of it's virtually impossible to do in Indiana because you cannot get another doctor to testify against the original doctor. Said they just won't do it. And that's when I said, well, maybe we should have them videotaped and then we wouldn't have to have another doctor, would we? I'm a little jaded on hospitals, man. I actually get better care at the VA than I do any public hospitals.
Every time I visit you guys' channel, it makes me want to go fishing.
That's the whole idea behind it, man. Now you want to do surgery. Good luck with that. I'm not a doctor, but I play one on YouTube. Well, they sure had a big mutter at the GNCC last weekend. I know that. Oh, man. Wow. What's everybody got on their agenda today?
I'm gonna clean house.
Yeah, I need to do that too, now that you mention it. Well, I got to finish. What am I get down to? 2022 taxes. I got to finish them, and then I'll be ready to. I'll be done with taxes. I got to get them all mailed off yet, which who knows what that's going to cost me.
Morty. They're gonna doctor up some catfish. What are you gonna do?
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. I bet there's catfish in Shono Lake. It's a pretty big lake. Doesn't have any current though, so I don't know about that part. Fixing leaking sunroof with Flex Seal. That's what I'm going to use. I don't know why I didn't think of it. Giant python bit me in the butt. Man, why do you people mess with snakes? I don't get this. Yeah, I caught a northern pike or whatever in Lake Shono when I lived there. I actually was throwing a little jig up by the lily pads and bringing it back towards the boat, trying to pull some crappie or something out of there, and I noticed when it was coming back about halfway between me and where I was casting to, I seen something swirl the water and head back towards where I was. So I casted back over there again, man, and that dude lit it up. He was about 3 foot long.
Did you get him in?
Yeah.
Cool.
Didn't know what to do with him after I got him there because he had teeth, but I got him in.
Word of advice: if you go fishing somewhere with things with teeth, carry a good pair of pliers.
Yeah, buddy, and some good gloves.
I caught a northern pike out of the Mississippi River. It would be like 6, 8 inches long. And I was like, hit it off the bottom. I was catfishing with worms. First one I've ever seen in the river. I throw it back in.
Blue Ox Millworks. Interesting.
That's where it pays, but you have to go about 200 plus feet away from the lilies.
Well, all I could figure is this old boy here was living right in that area, and underneath it was summertime, it was hot, so he was probably getting cool underneath them lilies in the shade. You know what I mean? And that's all I can figure because I casted in the same spot. First time he followed it out, and then the second time I casted it in, he followed it about 4 foot outside them lily pads and was like, okay, bam. This guy looks pretty
Hey,
good.
stonefly. Good morning. Stonefly.
Stonefly, morning, buddy. How are you? Really good to see you this morning. I better take some Tylenol, I reckon. Yeah, probably need to take a little Tylenol for a leave for the knee today.
Stand 3. Good morning. Buggy, my left shoulder was sore this morning when I got up.
I wouldn't be able to raise my arm up. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it was fun. But, I had to go to see about the
Oh,
time
yeah.
moving in.
The right
I'm
stand 3?
yesterday I kept telling people, hey, if you go drive 2 hours plus, it's not worth it right now.
Yeah.
Just another week. But I
Yep.
wouldn't deter nobody from coming up there. They can go up there if they want to. I was just trying to help them out. Like, hey, I'm trying to make it worth your drive here.
Yeah, for like me that would have to drive 5.5 hours to get there, it wouldn't be worth the trip right now.
Stan 3 come in here with that nasty 4-letter word again.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah, he's the second one that done that.
But I could understand I'd have to change my route to work because I wouldn't want to know if anybody was putting boats in. See, this guy, I want one of them old handled well pumps, man, and I want to somehow connect it into my well outside.
This feels like I'm going to Rocky for crappie.
Yeah, well, my buddy that owns Bluegill Lake asked me if we were coming out this week, and I was like, if I do, it'll be Thursday or Friday before it happens. And it's looking more like, well, in fact, that's what I got my phone for. I was going to check the weather forecast. I remember now. Today it's going to go from 36 up to 66. Yep. Now let's see what. Thursday it's going to be 73. Friday it's going to be 77, partly cloudy with a chance of rain, but only an 11%. I'll take them odds. Saturday it's going to be 72, but really windy. Sunday, there's a 50% chance of rain and 51 degrees. So I know what I'm not doing Sunday. I think we're headed towards spring, man, because I don't see, well, the lows, Sunday, the lows 31. So yeah, we still have the cold nights right now, I reckon, but that's all right. Heck, well, I guess it's only 36 right now. But I ain't been outside, so I don't know that. You know, I actually have the Markland. The Markland locks are only about 2 hours from me south. And I thought about going there and just fishing for skipjack or shad. I mean, I'm sorry.
You gonna throw that net?
Not there. I'm not. There's a bunch of rocks there. Yeah, you don't want to throw it there. It's a bunch of riffraff in there. Nope. I'm gonna save that for the reservoir where I used to go carp fishing at. I'm gonna put the little boat in there because I'd sit there and watch while I was carp fishing. I'd watch out in that lake and I'd see them seagulls on the other side of the lake. Usually about 5 or 6 in the evening, they'd be flying in circles and just diving down in the water. You know what I mean? And I'm like, man, there's got to be shad just swimming in circles over there.
Boy, I tell you what, them osprey eagles yesterday, boy, they were slamming them stripers yesterday.
Was they really? Nice. Yep, that's cool to see. I seen a bald eagle drop down and catch one time, me and my son. And I'll never forget. It's one of them father-son memory things, you know what I mean? We were getting ready to head home Sunday after we'd been fishing all weekend. And we decided to drive around the other lake and park and walk down, look at the water and stuff, just talk, you know. And we were walking down, left phones in the car, wasn't thinking about it. And we're walking and talking. All of a sudden, this eagle comes flying straight down and hits the water, and off he went back up with a big fish in his paws. I think he had a largemouth. I'm not positive. But I looked at my son. He looked at me, and I said, yeah, I guess we didn't need a camera for that one, did we? We got the memory now.
I know. I walked down and I was talking to this one guy that's next to me there. It's Fort Anthony got there. We were standing there talking, and just off camera, I don't know. I need to go back and see if you can hear that. Man, there was this awful splash, like pow, splash, 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 splash. Scared me, and that guy, me and him both jumped, looked over, osprey come up. I bet that striper he pulled out of that water was pound and a half.
No kidding.
Good night. He hit that water hard.
It's daylight there now. Well, I suppose it is, isn't it, Stan 3?
Yeah, it's
daylight there because you're way east of me, like way east.
It's 53 here.
I've never caught a striper before. Now, I caught some white bass at this little reservoir, and when the game warden guy come up, I showed him one. I said, hey, is this a striper or is this a white bass? And he explained to me the difference in the lines with the spots or whatever. And I asked him, I said, are these okay to use for cut bait? And he said they were, but then I come home thinking, well, so I called the DNR and actually asked them, you know, hey, are these okay to use for cut bait? And they said they were okay to use for cut bait, but you couldn't transport them and put them in any other bodies of water live, but you could use them as cut bait in other bodies of water. But if I can find the shad in the reservoir over there, you know, the catfish have to feed on those. And then all I got to do is net some of them and find out where the holes with the catfish in them is. And I should be able to catch some fish, I hope. I would assume anyway. Yeah, I want to get me one of them hand pump wells, man. I think that'd be a good idea. That way, if the electric ever goes off, I still got water. Wow, rarely seen nest of copperheads. You know why it's rarely seen? Because nobody wants to mess with them. Man, you don't ever raise 10 up
White bass.
there. Oh, there's the copperhead right there. Ooh,
Red rock. Back angler of the year. Good morning.
What up, champ? Dang, man, you don't ever raise up tin down in Kentucky or anything like Georgia or wherever. You don't pick up pieces of tin been laying in the grass. There's two copperheads and a nest of babies. Two nest of babies. Jeez, I'm gonna have to get the flamethrower, I'm afraid. I don't do snakes, man.
Buggy Rusty Skipjack King.
Rustic is the skipjack king. He'd be out there slaying them.
This
Yeah,
time of year, you can find them. Yep, you'll catch
that's pretty wild. Two copperhead snakes and two nest of babies, giving me the cold chills.
I feel the same kind of way that my biggest kitty was barely 12, seeing how we have 100 pounders here in Arizona. I remember we lived out in the country on gravel roads and stuff. You used to walk down the railroad tracks and find them all the time. You had some tin laying in the backyard. We're always turning that tin over, and there'd be copperheads laying under that tin.
Yeah, but the answer is no. I'm not turning shit over looking for snakes. Snakes don't like me and I don't like them, and it's a mutual understanding. They stay out of my space, I'll stay out of their space. If they cross over, then it's game on. My yard's full of garter snakes, man. I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
how many I seen last year, a bunch. I accidentally run over one of them with the lawnmower. I didn't mean to do it. It was an accident.
it happened, Buggy. I've run over many of them in the yard. Didn't
Yeah, I
know
didn't mean to. And when I realized, it was like I'm cruising along, and just as I looked down, I seen him, and I was going too fast. And I mean, it was just too late. There wasn't nothing I could do.
we got a trip after work and a hickory shed or running. I can't wait.
What's hickory?
Uh, like a skipjack.
Oh, okay. Grandpa paid you $50 not to bring it back with you. My grandpa gave me an ass whooping and said, "Boy, don't touch them effing snakes no more." I could hear him down in Kentucky. They didn't play. Mom was telling me when she was a kid down there where our property and stuff is that they would just let the hogs go in the summertime or spring going into summer, and they just run up in the mountains and forage and stuff like that. And said by doing that they trampled most of the snakes up there, so they didn't really have a big snake problem around the property like that. But you could have very easily, because there was a creek runs in front of it, and then the mountains and the pastures, and it's pretty prime snake area. Virginia skipjack, very cool. I know my great grandpa, his pinky was bent, and there was a hole in one of the top of his knuckle, and he was bush hogging or something, and something happened. He reached down to unclog the thing in the bush hog, and there was a copperhead in there, and its fang went right in his pinky knuckle. Yeah, exactly, stonefly, and that's what Mom said. They would let the pigs go up in the woods and just let them roam free all summer. And their hide's so thick that the snakes would bite them, and it wouldn't even get to them. It'd just get into the hide and not get into anything where no blood or anything was. But I found a rarely seen nest of baby copperhead snakes. Yep, it's rarely seen because ain't nobody out looking for baby copperheads. I'd have had my axe with me and been chop, 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 chop. It all been done. I don't play with snakes. They don't play with me, and it's a mutual understanding between us. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, I respect them. Don't get me wrong. Snakes are bad. They're awesome. They're also silent and can kill you. That's the worst part. Hmm. I don't know what it is about snakes. I guess I'm just a chicken butt. Yeah, I'm a chicken butt when it comes to snakes. The Russian mob sells gold. I bet they do. Hmm.
Stan, where you plan on trying to get the hickory shaft? That's what they call them up there. They don't call them skipjack here. They call them hickory shaft.
They're the same thing basically, though.
Yeah, their mouths are built different. Uh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't remember which one. Here we have two different types. We have one where the bottom jaw sticks out a little further, and then we have one that the top and the bottom jaw match up evenly.
Bum, bum, this guy found a rattlesnake crossing the dirt road in his property. Uh, he's a lot nicer than me. He just scooped him up with one of them handle things and moved him out of the way.
Man, that squirrel bit me one time on my finger, man. Threw my fingernail on my finger. That was the worst pain I've ever felt.
I bet you ran off. I used to have a picture, and I don't know where it's at, and I wish I'd say it used to be on a laptop I had, but I'm going down an alley to take pictures of the back of a house, and there was a meter box on the telephone pole about probably 3 foot high or 3 foot by maybe a foot and a half wide or whatever. But there was a squirrel sitting on the top of that meter box with a box of Yahoo chocolate milk, you know what I'm talking about, with the little straw you put in them. And he's holding that box of chocolate milk with the straw in his mouth. And I had to zoom in because I didn't want to spook him. And I had a picture. It wasn't super, it was kind of not out, it was just a little bit out of focus because it was so far away. But for the life of me, I can't find it, and I wish I could. And if I was smart, I would have videotaped it.
What is a shad dart?
Shad dart. Yep. What are those? I had to Google them.
I will do. I remember.
Yeah, Morty, you sound like my son, man. They got at their house, they got, I don't know what all they got. A couple birds, a tortoise. My oldest grandson's got a snake. I don't know what all they got, but it's like, well, when I come over here to spend the night, you make sure that damn snake's in its box or wherever it stays and it's locked up tight. Because he had an albino rat snake, right? It was a little bitty guy, about, I don't know, 8 or 9 inches long. And when he first got it and he had it in his thing, and I'm like, dude, I'm telling you right now, you better make sure you keep that locked at all times. And sure enough, that snake got out and they never did find it. So I'm sure it's crawling around inside their walls or something, you know what I mean? Just getting bigger and bigger, feeding on mice. Yep, knee's gonna hurt today. I can already tell it. That sucks. Mm.
Yeah, I was born and half raised in Arizona, and I've come across my share of rattlesnakes and Gila monsters and stuff like that.
Gear monsters? Nope.
Tarantulas, scorpions.
I had iguanas when I was a kid. That's about as far as I go in the reptile world.
Dude, I had a bucket. I used mom's tongs when I was a kid, and I'd pick up scorpions and put them in a bucket. Mom found them. I was dropping bugs in there and stuff and feed them. And mom found them. She poured gas on them, lit them on fire. She said, "Oh hell no!"
Pour gas on them, lit them on fire. I can understand that.
That's why I got that. I don't know, see it or not, the scorpion tattoo on my arm. It just reminds me.
You kidding me? Dude. 63-year-old grandmother is pregnant. You got, dude, you're hitting it. You are a sick human being. That's what you are. You should talk to what's his name. Used to come in all the time. Oh, I can't remember his name. Oh, what is his name? He used to come up on the live. We were just talking about him the other day.
I know Curtis liked the older demon. Women. He meant women.
Where you at, Eric? You still mad at me? You knuckle brain. You ain't been up here in a couple days. You'll get over it, I assume. Maybe not. I still love you whether you're mad at me or not. You can't change that.
We got what you said, Ernie.
Curtis likes older women. Yeah, he does. About like this 63-year-old woman in this video who's pregnant. He may be the baby daddy. You never know. Oh, shoot, man. I don't know, but I've been told large rattlesnake in your yard. What would you do? I told you what I'm going to do. Hmm.
How's old John doing this morning?
I got. Hey, morning, John. My scar is completely healed except for two little spots. I keep putting Neosporin on them, and they're almost healed. Okay, random question. What would you do if you found a bag full of $100 bills? Like, let's say one of them bank bags or whatever. Or heck, it could be, let's say, a backpack full of money that you know is probably drug dealer money. What would you do?
Well, Ernie fired off on Curtis this morning.
Yeah, I should save that video, shouldn't I, Ernie? I'll go back and find it, and we'll save it, and we'll send it to Curtis and ask him if this is his new woman. Now, this lady looked about 90, to be honest with you. She's all wrinkly, and I'm like, and this dude, young black guy's hitting, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I need to go put some socks on. I didn't know it was this cold out. Hey, good morning, DAJ. How are you, buddy?
One day,
But yeah, if I found a backpack full of money, I'm telling you right now, that's my money. If there ain't no name or anything in it, that's my money. If it's got a name in it, then I'm going to reach out to him and say, hey, man, I found something I think belongs to you, and you're pretty sure you know what I'm talking about.
picked her up from the retirement home.
Oh, I'll share it out actually. Let me see if I go back to history and find it. I'll just share it out with somebody. Here we go. Share. Let's see if I have to do it on my phone, come think of it. I have to do it on my phone. I can't share it out on my computer.
If I found a bag of money, I'd pick it up, take it to the banker. I said, let's go through this and make sure this ain't counterfeit.
No, because you take it to the bank, they're going to keep it and turn it into the FBI. You can't do that.
My banker, he would secretly, hey, let's go through it.
Well, yeah, if you got somebody you know well enough you can trust, but not me, man. That's my money. And I'm going to. And the key is you can't be stupid if you find something like that. You don't change. You don't go out and buy a damn new bed or nothing stupid. You know what I mean? You just continue your average lifestyle, but you always have bills covered and shit like that. You know what I mean? And you buy stuff that ain't traceable with cash, like fishing poles and trolling motors and yeah, you can pretty much check them yourself nowadays. There's so many safety features in them these days. Ten horrifying serial killer documentaries.
Sounds like my princess is up. I'm gonna go see.
Oh, aren't you so sweet? My princess is up. I like that. Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. There you go, Ernie. Now you're talking by a used boat, man. As long as it's under $10,000, Uncle Sam don't have to know. And if it's over 10,000, it's a private transaction between you and someone else. I think you're okay anyway. I could be mistaken, but I think you are.
All right, Rod. Be safe.
Okay, Champ. Be careful. Safe driving, brother. History lesson starts at 7. History class does anyway. It's going to be a simple topic today. There will not be a quiz or a test. Well, maybe there'll be a quiz. The object is to get an open discussion going about it.
Dang, it's getting colder. It's done dropped to 51. What the heck?
Oh, shoot. Mine's still holding at 36. Which I almost had to kick the air on yesterday afternoon. I ain't gonna lie.
Shoot, I came in yesterday evening from fishing. I had to turn the air conditioner on. It was hot in here.
Yeah, the sun hits the front of the house in the late afternoon, man, and it heats it up in there pretty quick. But I had all the windows open yesterday, airing stuff out. It was nice.
Well, they got to 80 here yesterday, so it was
Oh,
hot.
really? Yeah.
My air conditioner's still running in there.
Yep, it gets to 80. My air conditioner's definitely coming on. Which I think we're going to have to replace this air conditioner out here this year. It's not keeping up very well. And I'm pretty sure we salvaged the one from the old house because it was only a couple years old. And we're going to put it here, I'm pretty sure. I think he may even snag the furnace out of there too. I can't remember. But the first thing I got to do is take the seats out of the little boat, get the power washer fired up, and power wash the inside of it out and get everything out of it. And then there's in the back where the seat is in the back, there's a little panel, or not a little, it's about a 3 foot by 3 foot panel on the floor that you can unscrew and lift up, and most of the wires run through it. And I got to pull new wires up to where the switches are and replace all the wiring. But I didn't realize, Mom, that boat's like 30 years old, man. I didn't know it was that old. There's been a lot of bluegill caught in it, I know that. And I like to take Mom fishing, but she can't see, so I can't figure out what I'm going to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Jody's back. Meow.
Yeah, Marty, that backpack full of weed, heck yeah, I bet you was. I was at a gas station one time, and these two dudes was getting in a fight. And while they was fighting, one of the dude's old ladies ran over to the dude's car, opened the back, and grabbed a trash bag full of weed out of the back and took off with it. Which I don't know if that's what the two guys were fighting about, but she took off with it and jumped in the car and took off. I never, heard what happened or anything after that, but she definitely snagged that dude's weed, a bunch of it. But I'm figuring it was some Bass Lake weed. There's a place up north the government used to grow weed and hemp and stuff, and it's just some junk ass weed stuff that still grows out there wild. I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks like weed, you know what I mean? And some guys would go up there and pick it and dry it and then mix it with good weed to, double the weight or whatever. And now they got it down to such a science. If it don't say skunk on it or something else, ain't nobody interested. And I don't know why you want your weed to smell like a skunk.
Huh.
It always goes out, doesn't it, John? I can remember when I was an active addict, and I'm walking through Walmart parking lot back to the car one time, pushing the cart. I looked down at a little white pill laying on the ground, oblong white pill. I reached down and picked it up, cupped it in my hand, got to the car, and unloaded all my groceries and stuff, got in the car and pulled it out of my pocket, looked down, it was an Oxy 10. I was like, I knew that was a freaking Oxy. There was no doubt in my mind. So someone was bummed because they had probably bought it off somebody and then dropped it. And they're going through everything they can find at home and in their car looking for it. In the meantime, Bugman done munched that bad boy up because he was a drug addict. If you have anyone in your family who is addicted to opioids and doesn't want to be, by all means, have them get a hold of me. I can help them. You'll be up there in the middle of June, not the beginning. I'll give you, yeah, for sure. Just stay in touch with me through here, Morty. And if there's any way I can get up there, I'll come up. But it'll be sketchy right now. Money's real tight here right now. I'm not going to lie to you. We lost half our income when Dad passed away, and it's going to take me probably 4 months to get my appraisal business up and running again and reach out to old clients and stuff like that and get, it's going to take a while to get work to start coming in again. Because I'm sure most of my old clients have different appraisers doing their stuff now, so I'm going to have to go in and try to sell myself to them. And the only thing you can really sell to them that they'll listen to is turn time. If I can get the reports to them quicker than anybody else, then that'll get you work. Hey, Morty, I get a shot in my belly once every month of Suboxone. You ought to look into it, dude. It sure beats taking the pills every day. And it lasts for 30 days, man. And it works better than the pills, actually, I think. I had to have it because of all the drugs that are in the house, with mom and dad. And medically assisted recovery is a good thing. Don't let nobody tell you it isn't. It'll save your life if you're an addict and you want to stop. Okay, Morty, you know what? We'll talk about it. I'll get you my number, okay? My email's on my about thing or whatever, get my email and send me an email and I'll send you my number. That'd be pretty cool, actually. They got some nice perch in there too, don't they? In that lake, that Shawano Lake. I actually didn't live in Shawano. I lived in Bondwell, which is just up the road, You take an eighth of a strip every day, yeah. See, I actually tapered off but at one time and was off of it for, I don't know, 6 months or so. And then some really good drugs kept coming into this house. And I was like, I better do something because I'm definitely not, So I went back and told my BA lady, is there anything else we can do? And she said, well, we have these shots that we use they're mainly used for people who keep testing dirty on their piss test every month from, regular Suboxone. So then they'd like, well, you have to start taking this shot now. And if you don't, then you're pretty much out of the program. Well, I took it, and I'm not going to lie, it hurts for about 20 seconds when they give it to you. I mean, it hurts a lot. But after that, you don't have to take the freaking pills every day. And I absolutely no cravings and no, desire to go looking for pain pills, even though I wouldn't have to look very far. Oh. Goodness gracious. What's everybody going to do today, man? Somebody tell me they're going to do something fun.
Yeah, I'm cleaning.
I know what John's doing. He's going fishing. He don't count. He always goes fishing because he's got it like that. And that's all right. If I sound jealous, you're damn right I am. Hey, if I get the link, you going to come up, Eric, or you just going to be mad at me still?
He ain't mad.
He ain't mad at me. He just being hard to get along with. There you go, brother. Come on up if you're driving today.
Yeah, Dave's painting on his boat. But it itches.
It itches. My knee scar itches right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. I keep putting lotion on it, and it seems to help a little bit. But I can remember we always used to have when I was a kid. Was like oh Vaseline intensive care lotion or whatever that was for like really dry skin and crap, and we don't have anything like that here right now. And I meant to buy some, but I keep forgetting. I like orange on a boat, actually.
When I redone my boat, it was hunter green and orange. Orange accents. It's a beautiful boat.
Hunter green and orange? Really? That don't sound too bad.
Yeah, if I can find a picture of it, Buggy, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, for sure.
Setting up
Yeah, I
there.
don't know what color I would go with if I redo one.
I pulled up there to Sundowners and I pulled up on the sandbank, walked up the boat ramp to get my truck trailer, and something just tell me turn around and take a picture. I turned around and took a picture. Oh man, it's a beautiful picture.
Nice.
You can see the reflection of the boat in the water sitting there, mirror image. So I'm like, oh, it's a beautiful boat.
There you go, brother. Thank you, Eric. You know, taxes can give you a headache. Did you know that?
Eric,
Yeah, sitting and looking at numbers all day can give you a headache and make you a grouchy human being. But then I remembered I had some rib meat from the day before in the refrigerator, so I took it and heated it all up, put some barbecue sauce on it, and made sandwiches out of it, and it was awesome, and I was just a little bit happier. A little bit. Oh no, man, dude, I'm not a Packers fan. I'm a Colts fan. You kidding me? I live in Indiana. I was a Colts fan when they were 0-13 also, so I don't want to hear nothing from them bandwagon jumpers when we got Manning here. Actually, they were 0-13, and Bob and Tom, who are, they're headquartered here in Indianapolis. And they actually had a no trim till the Colts win thing going on. And I got a little brass key ring that says no trim till the Colts win or whatever on it. And I thought, man, I'll hold on to that. It may be worth something someday. And it may not be, but I got it anyway. You know what? The Colts had their run, man. Don't let nobody kid you. We was bad for a while. Peyton Manning was an extraordinary once-in-a-lifetime player. I can guarantee you nobody worked harder than he did. Nobody.
he was a bad dude, boy.
Yeah, he was. He was. I mean, he worked so hard and perfected. I mean,
Yeah, then he wised up and went to Denver.
no, actually, you know what happened with that? To be honest with you, him and Irsay are talking, and the Colts got to rebuild their offensive line, right? Because they all got old.
Oh,
Good
no.
morning, Chad.
Good morning,
And
TikTok Chad.
Irsay told Peyton Manning, said, "You know what? You can have a contract here until you decide to retire." But if you're planning on winning another championship, it's not going to happen here because we're rebuilding our offensive line and defensive lines, and it's going to take a few years to do that. And he told him, said, if you want to go somewhere that you got a chance at another Super Bowl, then by all means do it, and there won't be no hard feelings or nothing. And he actually came back here, got one of them honorary 1-day things, and so they retired his jersey. He retired as a Colt.
I believe Chad went out and did a rain dance for this weekend, so y'all can blame Chad for the nasty rain that's coming out this weekend.
Oh, you're kidding me. Really?
Yeah, I believe it was Chad.
We're going to
Yeah,
have to get some.
Friday, Saturday, 90% chance of thunderstorm.
We're going to have to get some wet noodles and beat him with them. Well, see, he doesn't care because he got to go out and fish last weekend, so he doesn't want no one else to be able to fish today or this weekend.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about going down there and fishing with the dog this weekend, but no, I can't do that. Thanks, Chad.
It's supposed to be pretty rough down through these areas down through here.
Yeah, it looks like, I think it said we were supposed to get rain this weekend too. Let's see what it said.
Chad said, why not? You blame me for everything else.
Yeah, we're not going to get
Chad.
the rain.
I love you,
till
Chad,
Sunday.
buddy.
Yeah, we won't get no rain till Sunday.
Hey, Chad, I'm asking for a friend, but he needs a loan for an ice shanty.
Can you help a brother out?
I believe you know this guy pretty well. Oh man,
It wouldn't pay for me to have an ice shanty. Because I
well,
would be out there 24 hours a day pretty much if I had one.
this going 4 months without fishing. I believe the last time me and Curtis went fishing was Christmas Day.
Yep.
He said,
Didn't
sorry.
catch anything.
Sorry, Chad's broke. Yep. Just like the rest of us.
Yeah.
The American way.
It almost makes you want to move Georgia.
Yeah.
Going 4 months without fishing.
Yep. I agree.
No, that would be December, January, February, March, into March maybe. About 3 months. 3 months too long.
Yep.
And I'm way too fat to be getting on no ice.
I went ice fishing this year, but only for a few hours. Caught 5 or 6, and I had all I wanted of that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I don't feel like moving, but I guess if I need the fishing stuff, if I want to fish. Yeah. That's a lie, Bug. If you had an ice shanty, it would be in the garage with everything else.
Nope, it would be out on the lake. Then I could leave here and not worry about the garage and everything else. I just go out there and hang out with my TV and my fishing pole.
No, Buggy would forget what lake he put it on. Just telling you guys.
That's probably true right there, or at least forget where I put it on the lake.
Yeah.
He'd go out there and some hobo be sleeping in it.
Yeah. I'm the kind of guy that'd be like, what's up, man? Are you homeless? And he'd say, yeah, I am. I said, I'll make a deal with you. If you get the firewood and keep it warm in here, I'll let you sleep in here all you want. But the first time I come here and it's cold, you got to go. And knowing them, they'd say something along like, well, I don't want to do that. I'm like, well, you got to go then. Sorry.
Yeah, John, that's probably true. Someone would probably make him mad at
that might be true too.
At one time here in Indiana, in this county, yes, they would have been. This county was like one of the #1 counties in the nation for meth labs and shit.
The moon's full and it's orangish color.
Yeah. Oh, I can't see it because it's probably going down now, isn't it?
It's still up there.
Yeah,
Not
but
way up there.
it's on the west side of the house, and I'd have to go outside to look at it. It'll be coming up bright and full here in a couple of days.
Well, it was supposed to be a lunar eclipse last night or something like that.
Oh,
They
was
were
that
saying.
last night?
Yeah.
Damn it. I read about that. The last one I seen, me and Justin lived in Harbor Town. My son back, and we was out. Oh, I think he had a swim meet that day or that evening. And we were headed home, and I told him, I said, hey, man, there's going to be a lunar eclipse tonight. And he was, I don't know, maybe a freshman or sophomore. He said, there ain't no such thing. I said, well, sure there is. No, there ain't. I said, okay, watch. And then that night we said, I would watch, and I showed him, sure enough, there's a lunar eclipse. I didn't know that. And I was like, well, you should have believed me when I told you that. I wasn't lying to you or nothing. Wasn't no reason to.
Well, you already said he's a lib, so I mean,
Well, he
that
wasn't back
explains a
then.
lot.
He was just a kid back then, and if I don't know where he got the lib shit out, all his friends and stuff. Well, he moved into like the hippie place in Indianapolis where it probably happened. They lived there for a few years when Charlie was born. It's called Broad Ripple. It used to be the hippie place. It's lost its luster these days because of crime.
John had a total eclipse of the heart.
Total eclipse of the heart. Bonnie Tyler. Total eclipse of the heart. Yeah. Turn around, bright eyes. Yep. I used to be in love with her on MTV back then. And that was a good part about MTV, man. They played videos. You got to see the people. And after they quit playing videos, the world went to hell.
And Chad, I could have blamed Bob. I mean, he was mean to my dog yesterday. He hit him in the nose with a paper.
Who did?
Bob!
Really?
You know Bobcat? Bob Kitten, as I call him?
Yeah. He hit the dog with the paper?
Yeah.
Well,
the J-Dog.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That was a good, Rustic. That was a really, really good live, buddy. I have to say that. I appreciate you doing that. I'm sorry Roger couldn't bring up any crappie. I mean,
yeah,
but you did have 3 different species. I think you did show a rock bass or smallmouth.
Yeah, the guy next to me caught there. Yeah, it was a nice one. Yeah, we was looking for that trifecta of species fish, and but we got a trifecta from J-Dog. He caught trifecta catfish.
Yeah.
Then Chris caught that 61-pound. That was nice.
Yeah, that made it worthwhile. That make your day going out there catching big fish like that.
Yeah, well, make my week or my year.
But it also reminds you that you're old and fat, trying to pick up that fish.
It just floored me, man, how dark colored that fish was, man. That fish was dark colored.
I could have swore I heard Chris's back cracking when he picked it up.
Imagine.
You know, Chris so little, it made that fish look humongous.
That fish was humongous. That thing had a pot belly on him, boy. He been eating good. And he caught it on that little 6-foot FOA rod.
I wonder if that's like a new PB or something for the FOA rod.
Probably is for him. I don't know. But could you imagine that little 6-foot rod, that 61-pound bloom on that thing? That rod, I bet that we couldn't see it, but I bet that rod was bent like
Buggy, can you see it?
Well, yep, I can see it there now.
There,
Almost.
you didn't have to go to the house.
Hold on, let me put you in the big screen. What am I thinking? Well, y'all got to remind me of that stuff, man. You
Hey,
know.
morning, Dave Bozars.
Morning, Dave.
Morning, Dave.
Morning. He's going to work. Actually, he's working.
Who's going to work?
You.
Who is?
No,
You're
I'm
actually
already at work. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Well, Morty said, are you going fishing or are you going to work? And he's working.
I wish I was going fishing. But crap, Mother Nature, you beep, 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 beep.
Jody said, turn the beat on.
Then I found out today that you get suspended for not wearing your seatbelt. I'm like, man,
Really?
yeah,
Huh?
that stupid camera they have sitting here watching us all day, all day, all home.
Yep.
I told him yesterday. I said I should have. I should have put that up there. I should have turned the Ryan Hall video on and showed the forecast for this weekend last Friday. Took my 3 day suspension with a smile on my face. And he's like, nope, I would have gave it to you Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Yep, that's how they done mine at the cable company. Because I was like, they were said you were going to give you a couple of days off without pay, and I was like, cool, 4-day weekend. He said, oh no, it's going to be Tuesday and Wednesday. I was like,
Look at that car pull up there.
Past the line, yeah.
They can give him a ticket for that.
Man, they don't care. I seen yesterday somebody pulled toward that corner yesterday with line up where you see where it says new turn on red. They just whipped right around there. People don't care. They're in too much of a hurry. They're like that Jody character. In a hurry, hurry.
yeah.
That's one good thing I can say I've learned from Bugman. Don't be in a hurry.
Nope. You ain't going nowhere. You're just going to hurry yourself until you die.
See, look at that guy right there.
Yeah.
That's total against the law. He ran the red light.
He's in a big hurry for nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta get this one copy.
Hmm.
Good morning, Mr. Bailey.
Hey, Jimmy James Bailey Catfish, how are you, buddy? Oh,
Oh
goodness.
boy. You can't even see the moon now.
Oh, crap. Come on. Hmm. No, 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 no. Got to text from somebody. I didn't see it. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Morning, Nub. Morning, Morty.
Hey, Nubby, what's up, dude?
Hey, Nubby. When are you going to take us out ocean fishing again?
Yes.
Man,
He's not
look
going
at
to do it
moon
till
is
I can go with him.
wicked looking. I don't know if you can see it. That's wicked.
Nope. Shut the 7 a.m. alarm off. Time to get up.
Oh,
That's my last alarm in case I didn't pay attention to all the other ones. 7 o'clock. That's it. You're up at 7 regardless.
morning, Nubby. Morning, Jimmy James. Had to make some more coffee. Dave Bozar.
Do.
Yeah.
One day closer to Friday is Hump Day, also known as Whopper Wednesday.
You ain't got no security with you? I'm about to have to put you in my pocket and take you home.
Yeah,
with me.
yesterday was a pretty good day. I got to meet Julie from Running Gun.
Damn, girl.
She was pretty cool. I gave her one of my channel stickers.
You know, Jody, if you catch any of them walleye that are big enough to eat, you might want to eat them instead of use them for bait. I'm just saying.
I'm trying to catch walleye this weekend for bait. Been watching videos how to catch them. And y'all need to be catching all these crappie and walleye from bait. That's a goodie.
I'd like to catch me a walleye and send a picture to Lou and say, look, I can fish, you old fart. Man, that moon's wicked looking. If you guys haven't gone out and looked at the moon, you should do it. I suggest you go do it right now.
Yeah, I don't know if I can see it from here. I'll go out, step out back and look.
Walleye's good tasting fish.
Yeah, it is.
I think I'm gonna catch a giant today before I feel it.
Uh-oh, book for sale.
Heck yeah, John.
And board. Nope, I'll pass.
I got faith in you, John. I know you will.
I'm kind of excited about June coming.
That
You know
your
what,
cruise?
March, April. Yeah.
And boy, the year sure went fast, didn't it?
Help.
I can
It
remember
does.
when we were just talking about it, and now it's already here.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like after you start, 21, start tipping a bottle, the years just zoom on by. I don't know what it is.
Getting older, man. The older you get, the faster the time goes. I'm telling you, it does for me anyway.
Cook it like you would catfish. It's good eating.
Oh, maybe you want to watch. Oh, mercy. Oh, school starts in 1 minute.
What's that
Give
supposed to be?
everybody time to get in class and settle down.
Legal passing.
Illegal passing, double yellow.
Yep.
Citizens arrest. Citizens arrest.
Too bad I didn't have a taser gun, right? Yeah, that was funny. Curtis trying to get them DNR guys to give you shop there, or stick
Yeah.
Right,
spark up
John?
your life.
It seems from 50 on, time just flies for some reason. I don't know why, but it does.
Yeah, it was funny that they walked up there and they was checking that one guy, Anthony, gave his license to that one guy, and he was looking at it, and the other guy was looking dead at me. And I looked at that one that was looking at me. I said, what if I don't have a license? Then that other guy turned and looked at me real quick like he was fixing to do a bust. Yeah. So I said, why are you looking at me like that? That was funny. Yeah, if Curtis would have seen the tasers on their head. I've seen the police carrying tasers, but these here were big tasers, man. Yeah, he would have probably hollered out,
Did they have
taser.
that? Did they have the big yellow ends on the end of the taser? Like a big yellow square box on the end of it.
Yeah, these here were
Oh yeah,
bulls and big yellow. Yeah,
yeah. Them's the ones that's got the barbs that shoot out at you. All they gotta do is get at least 15 feet from you and shoot you. Zap.
I told Anthony, I said, "Oh, there's the popo." He said, "You better run, Anthony, run."
Oh, run, Anthony, run.
That's the kind Curtis wants me to get to take the cat con next year so he can zap Jody.
Been retired for 9 years. I'm still winning.
What he told me, he said that's the first person he's zapping is Jody. I'm like, why? Why Jody first? Why not Chad?
Hi, a little bit. Did you wake up, guys? Huh? Did you all wake up? You want to go out potty? Huh? Okay.
Yeah, they was pretty cool. But I told him I had a live running over there on YouTube, and
Yeah, you got to go potty still?
I asked them, "You want me to shut it down so I can show you my license on there?" And they said, "No, let me get my phone out."
There you go.
Yeah, but Curtis says he wants to be an equal opportunity taser guy at CatCon. That's what he said.
Woo!
Yeah,
He wants this to go around zapping everybody. I'm like, dang, you want everybody in there doing the crappie flop.
You'll go to jail.
Well,
one
we'll go viral if somebody goes live. Look at all these people doing the crappie flop at the CatCon.
all these people, and Curtis the only one standing, everybody else behind him laying on the floor. And Jody, are you a leprechaun? John's after her Lucky Charms, Morty. Just stay away from the pot of the go so you don't have to find out. John, did you just call me a leprechaun, Jody?
Took a coughing fit and peed a little. Jody, that doesn't do nothing but get worse, honey. Take my word for it.
Yeah,
Never been a
TMI.
coffee drinker. I heard coffee helps you poop. Is that true?
Yep. Yes, it will.
Well, I don't need no help with that, so I don't need no coffee.
Hey, John, did you see where the Outlaws had a little gunplay at the gas station there in Daytona this week?
Oh, my dog's gonna be happy today.
Hey, Mikey Greenwell, good morning.
Hey, morning,
Hey,
Mike.
good Mike.
Buddy. Good to see you.
Mike D.
All right, guys, it's time for history class. Hold on, I gotta let dummies in.
History.
Did you not read the title of the live today?
You expect me to read?
I forgot.
This day in history, 2000.
As Chad would say, I'm from Ohio.
I'll get you a treat. Hold on, fellas.
BC.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, it's this day in history, 187 BC.
Yesterday in history, 5 years ago, the coronavirus was what the heck they call it, marked a plague or some crap.
It wasn't even a plague, it was a man-made deal.
Yep. I, I
Okay.
still to this day think that it was leaked by Barack Obama.
Oh, I had no doubt in my mind it was planned. But I can't say that because people call me a conspiracy theorist, and I don't care. 100 years from now, you're all going to find out it was planned. They done it on purpose to win an election. Killed millions of people. Unbelievable. But I honestly believe that. I swear I do.
Yeah. What they call that medical office in Wuhan was funded by the Obama administration,
Now,
also known as the AKA Gun Running Association.
and it was founded by Fauci, or not, it was financed by Fauci, even though he tried his hardest to say it wasn't.
It was also founded by the Bidens. I blame Joe Biden, or not Joe Biden, but
Well,
Barack Obama. Barack Obama.
Fauci's been around since the AIDS epidemic, and he screwed it up. So,
Hey, good morning, Eric B.
good morning, Eric. Hey, how are you, buddy? Okay, today we get history lessons. It's the title of this live. You don't like it? Shut up and go somewhere else. Today's lessons is about ships that have wrecked on the Great Lakes. And this one's entitled Ghost Ship Found 132 Years in the Murky Depths of the Shipwrecked Coast. Where would the shipwrecked coast be, I wonder? Not where you think, I can tell you that. An historic all-steel ship that broke records as it cruised the Great Lakes, but came to a tragic end, has been found more than 100 years after it sank, researchers announced this week. The vessel, the Western Reserve, went down 132 years ago during a summer cruise for the family of its millionaire owner and shipping magnate, Peter G. Minch. The voyage to escape the heat ended in disaster along a stretch of Michigan known as Lake Superior's shipwrecked coast that killed 27 and left only one survivor. Its resting place is 600 feet deep off the coast of Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Eluded researchers until last summer when a crew from the Great Lakes Shipwreck Historical Society discovered the wreck. They announced the landmark find at the Wisconsin Underwater Archaeological Association's annual Ghost Ship meeting Monday in Manitowoc. That's in Wisconsin. Every shipwreck has its own story, but some are just that much more tragic, said the Society's executive director, Bruce Lynn. Before we go any further, how many shipwrecks do you guys think there have been on the Great Lakes in history? Throw your numbers out there.
You already said it earlier, Buggy.
Did I? There wasn't
Yeah.
nobody in here then. Oh, I didn't know. Okay, never mind then. Quit, little guy. Anyway, we'll get to that in the story here directly.
But you can put it in chat and we can see how many of you were paying attention.
Exactly. If you were paying attention, you know the answer. If not, take a guess. Every shipwreck has its own story, but some are just that much more tragic, said the Society's executive director, Bruce Lynn. It's hard to imagine that Peter Minch would have foreseen any trouble when he invited his wife, 2 young children, and sister-in-law with her daughter aboard the Western Reserve for a summer cruise on the lakes. It just reinforces how dangerous the Great Lakes can be at any given time. The Western Reserve was well known in its time. The 318-foot ship was one of the first vessels on the Great Lakes made entirely of steel. It was known for speed, even referred to as the Inland Greyhound, and for being among the safest on the lake. It broke the record for carrying the largest load of coal into Milwaukee during its time, Lynn said. Minch named it after a 3 million acre area of land in northeast Ohio along Lake Erie. What was its name again? Go back up for the Western Reserve. Okay. along Lake Erie in Ohio. Its sinking in 1892 earned it another reputation. Lone survivor tells the harrowing tale. The series of events that unfolded when the Western Reserve went down is known only because of a lone survivor, wheelsman Harry W. Stewart. The freighter set forth from Cleveland for Two Harbors, Minnesota, on what turned out to be its final voyage on August of 1892. On board were Minch's wife, Anna, their children, Charlie, Florence, and his sister, Mary, her daughter, 10, the ship's other captain, and also had a 19-year-old son on board. The ship had smooth sailing up until August 30th when it arrived at Superior's Whitefish Bay, which is a really good surfing spot, by the way. The wind picked up and the weather shifted. Minch initially wanted to wait out the storm, but only ballast water weighed the ship down. It carried no cargo, so the crew headed for open water, entering a stretch so infamous for its dangers that it is now called Lake Superior's Shipwreck Coast. An estimated 200 or more ships have sunk in Whitefish Bay, according to Lynn. A powerful gale overtook the ship roughly. This ship's 300 and some feet long. The powerful gale, I can imagine how big that wave was, overtook the ship roughly 60 miles north of Whitefish Point, and it began breaking apart around 9 p.m. It sank within 10 minutes. Most of the crew got into the ship's metal lifeboat, and the family boarded the wooden one. The metal lifeboat capsized almost right away with only two crew members. One of them, Stewart, made it onto the wooden boat. Go to show you what's better than metal. They drifted for about 10 hours. A steamship passed by, but darkness and survivors were seen. The lifeboat finally capsized a mile from the Lake's southern or southeastern shoreline. Only Stewart made it to land. That's cold water up there too, even in the summer. If it wasn't for Harry Stewart, we really wouldn't know what we know today about the Western Reserve, Lynn said. Okay, break time. We need another Red Bull. Gale is known for blowing. Yeah, Gale can blow hard too, man. All right, Chris, you done good yesterday, brother. You deserve a break.
Morning, Chris. Sorry you have to go to work today after having such a great day yesterday. I know your back's probably sore.
I'll return with part 2 of our history lesson in a second.
Good morning, 205 Wild Action.
Okay, we got a fresh Red Bull, so we should be okay for the second half of class. Now, discovering the shipwreck. The discovery of the Western Reserve came after a 2-year search by the Shipwreck Association, by the Great Lakes Shipwreck Historical Society. Researchers first picked up the wreckage using sonar aboard its research vessel, the David Boyd, whatever that's the name of the boat. We don't care. On July 22nd, Lynn said, Daryl Ertle, director of marine operations, and Dan Ertle, the first mate, first spotted the ship. A remotely operated vehicle confirmed the wreck was the Western Reserve. It lay about 600 feet down and broke in two around 60 miles northwest of Whitefish Point in Lake Superior. Seems to be, from what I've read and stuff about these boats that go down on the Great Lakes, a lot of them seem to break in half for some reason. And I think it has to do with, and I could be just totally wrong on this, but the wave duration, okay, on the ocean, when a wave comes in, you usually have, I don't know, anywhere from 6 to 10 seconds before the next wave comes. Well, on the lakes, you only have between 2 and 5 seconds if you're lucky before the next wave comes, because they're wind driven and they're just closer together. Which, if you learn to surf on the Great Lakes and you go to the ocean, it's like, oh man, this is easy now. Okay. 60 miles northwest of Whitefish Point in Lake Superior. Knowing how the 300-foot Western Reserve was caught in a storm this far from shore made an uneasy feeling in the back of my neck, Darrell said. A squall can come up unexpectedly anywhere and anytime. The ship's bell remains intact, and many details like the paint are still visible. One of the clearest indications the wreck was the Western Reserve was a light that matched the only item recovered from the ship, also a light that now sits in the National Museum of Great Lakes in Toledo, Ohio. Newspaper records at the time damned the ship for its brittle steel construction. Many believe the state-of-the-art ship should have been able to stand up to the weather and waves. The truth behind the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Anybody know what the Edmund Fitzgerald is? We've all heard the song. The wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Okay. Great Lakes are home to an astounding 6,000 shipwrecks, in which 30,000 people have died. The most famous of all being the Edmund Fitzgerald cargo ship that went down in 1975, killing 29. It sank in the same sea as the Western Reserve. Canadian songwriter and totally annoying Gordon Lightfoot memorialized the disaster with his haunting song, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Lightfoot's lyrics blamed the disaster on the Witch of November, the source of memorable and fierce storms on the Great Lakes, and caused many shipwrecks according to research. That's a fact. When the witch angrily stirs her cauldron, no ship, no matter how large, is safe on the Great Lakes, according to a 1998 article in Weatherwise magazine by meteorologist Steve Horstmeyer. As the season shifts towards winter, the polar jet stream begins to shift south and can stir up storms that produce howling winds and gigantic waves on the Great Lakes. Yes, it does. I've seen 20-foot waves. This makes it the most dangerous time of year to be on the Great Lakes unless you're a surfer and you're really waiting for that time of year to come. I editorialized that part. About 40% of all Great Lakes shipwrecks have occurred in November. The storms can rival hurricanes. The one that sank the Edmund Fitzgerald had sustained winds of 67 miles per hour, gusts up to 86 miles per hour, and waves reported to be 35 feet high. According to another vessel in the area that survived the storm, then that's the boat I would have wanted to been on. The Fitzgerald was in the worst possible location for the worst of the storm wind. Wind and waves from the west hit the freighter broadside as it tried to flee south to safety in Whitefish Bay. It sank 530 feet of water, about 17 miles from Whitefish Bay, near the cities of Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, and Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. I even said them right, didn't I? I got to get an extra grade. Bug, F you, Bug. I saw Gordon Lightfoot live in the early 90s. It was a great show. I know, I'm just messing with you on the Gordon Lightfoot. I like him too. Wrecks across the Great Lakes. Disasters on the Great Lakes isn't limited to Whitefish Bay. One of the worst wrecks in all the Great Lakes happened in Lake Michigan in 1860. The 252-foot Lady Elgin, a passenger ship, was off the coast of northern Illinois when another ship rammed into it during a storm. The ship sank and more than 300 people died. And that's in blue. We're going to have to click on that for later. 10 Great Lakes shipwrecks. Okay, cool. Where were we? 300 people died. In Lake Huron, the Daniel J. Morrell, Morrell, also went down during a fierce November storm, killing 29 and leaving just one survivor. Seems to be a trend here on the one survivor thing. The freighter was making its last run of the 1966 season when it encountered 70-mile-per-hour winds and 25-foot waves. The ship broke in two. Just one crew member, watchman Dennis Hale, was found 40 hours later by Coast Guard helicopter. Dang, he was in that cold water for 40 hours? You're kidding me. November, that lake's cold. Lake Erie, the shallowest of the Great Lakes, has one of the highest concentrations of shipwrecks in the world. More than 2,000 ships have gone down in the lake, and just 400 of those wrecks have been found. There could be ships wrecked in there with a bunch of gold in them. There better not be a test on this because I will absolutely fail. No worries, Morty. We'll do it. It's an oral test. Okay, 400 of those have been found. One of the worst was the sinking of the G.P. Griffin in 1850. The ship, carrying more than 300 passengers, caught fire within sight of the Ohio shoreline. An estimated 250 of the 295 people aboard died. Here's another good one. The legendary gales of November left the Great Lakes strewn with tragic shipwrecks. Okay, that's the end of our history lesson for today. Hope you all enjoyed the history. I just thought it was really interesting that there have been 6,000 boats wrecked on the Great Lakes. That's amazing. I know I did read an article in, I think it was Grand Haven, maybe.
Well, you can tell it's springtime. The orange flowers on the side of the road are developing.
Yeah, they're growing fast, aren't they?
I just thought that was funny.
Yeah. I did read one article and they were talking about, and I think it was Grand Haven, Michigan, that they had what would almost be like a volunteer fireman squad, but it was a rescue squad for when boats were sinking outside of their coming into their harbor or whatever. And these brave men would go out in boats and try to rescue people out of the water when the waves are 20 feet high. I mean, just total courage. I need to find that article. Actually, that's a good one. The wreck of the Jody Fitzgerald when it happens. Yep. Y'all leave Jody alone. She's sick today. But that's our history lesson for today. I hope y'all enjoyed it. It's not typical history. It's just interesting history. And it beats sitting here doing nothing, to be honest with you.
I wonder if my goodest, bestest friend is awake yet.
Who's that?
Even though he don't text me, number one.
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday, I think, on via text, but yeah, I don't hear from him much. He just gives me the finger. He was fishing with his friends yesterday, so we weren't included in none of it, because we aren't that good of fishermen like them other people is.
Nope, we're better. Well, I know I am.
Man lives for 100 days with an artificial titanium heart in successful new trial. Wait a minute. If it was successful, he would still be alive, wouldn't he? Meteorologist goes viral for his response as a tornado hits Florida. They got tornadoes in Florida? I suppose they would have. They have some pretty gnarly storms in Florida. I know that.
Well, apparently they had an F2 the other day in right outside of Orlando, a news broadcasting place.
I think they're talking about it right now. Actually, that's what this one's about, I think. Let's see what the guy had to say. It's the newscast when it was happening. Hold on.
Yeah. And they also,
right there. Stop, and pull it out. Do you see that area where the rain? See that? That could be it, guys. Bring that camera up full. Okay, this is a live view from our TV station. What may be, at the very least, it's torrential rain crossing I-4 right now. We could be looking at a tornado on camera. Look at those trees blowing around.
Yeah.
Okay, bring the camera up, guys, if you can. Zoom out. Can you zoom out? This is a look at the live camera of a tornado, which could be passing by our station right now. Okay, there's debris. We've got debris on. Okay, take shelter. Everybody in the Fox 35 building, get to your safe space under your desk if you're not in a designated area. We're catching debris right now on the roof. Debris is on the roof right now. We're hearing, you can see the debris flying there on the camera. This is a tornado. Seek shelter immediately. Get under your desks, guys. Anchors under the desks. Everybody get on the desks. Okay, that was it. We're still in the debris zone. Everybody get in.
What are the odds that the tornado hit while he was doing the broadcast and hit their building?
This is a confirmed tornado. National Weather Service, if you're listening, this is a confirmed tornado. Right over the Lake Mary studios. This is heading into Lake Mary and Sanford right now.
all I can say is be glad it was a little one, not a big one like they get up, Kansas and Kentucky and some of them rural places.
Volusia counties, it says.
Very serious situation. This is a real.
No, that's something else Ryan Hall was talking about the other day on his video.
Oh, yeah.
I guess the millibars or whatever they were talking about. It's supposed to be like this one this weekend is supposed to be as bad as the one that was in March.
Really?
30th, March 30th, when they had the record outbreak. I think it was 118 tornadoes in one day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wanted to be a meteorologist when I was a kid. Morning, Jersey.
I wanted to be a tugboat captain driving barges on the Ohio River.
Like I said, if y'all don't watch Ryan Hall, I suggest you do. The guy knows his stuff.
I always forget his name when I'm trying to find the storm stuff.
And then he also does a lot for communities hit with severe weather, whether it's a blizzard, a hurricane, a tornado, ice storm. He does a lot of donations. I mean, he'll collect up money and then he'll buy generators for people and food and clothing. Good morning, Ernest. Eric would have made a great meteorologist. He's never right.
Jersey wanted to be a storm chaser. I think it'd be fun, but I'd have to make me one of them really cool storm chaser videos. Or one of them really cool storm chaser vehicles, I mean. Whenever I don't know what I'm going to fix for dinner, I make this simple and very delicious top 7 recipes. I need to learn to cook, man. I need recipes for stuff.
John said Eric will make a better proctologist.
Oh, John, I don't want to take your profession, sir. You love doing that. Hey, good morning, Dan. That's right, OH. Shut up, Chad.
Good morning, Northview. How are you, buddy? Or Northern View, I guess. I'm sorry.
That's Dan.
It's Dan, no problem. I'm okay. Excellent. I feel better already.
Northern use outdoors is just too much to say. I just say Dan.
In order of you, it'd be yo.
I hope you get to go. Dan gets to go fishing with me and Curtis this year.
Ted said, I heard Eric wanted to be an astrologer, but he was too fascinated by Uranus to learn anything.
I ain't saying nothing, but that's funny.
Ooh, that's one of them ugly Tesla trucks.
That is. I guess the idiot libs are freaking damaging and stuff, or damaging the Tesla vehicles and stuff because they're mad at Elon Musk, who was their golden boy, 5 or 6 years ago.
Now he's finding all their embezzlement schemes.
Yeah, I think they're mad because they're.
No cash cows run out.
Yeah, it is actually, which is awesome.
All right, Rod, I got it. I'll look at it here in a little bit.
Oh man, it's almost Friday. Oh, Chad has to work this weekend.
Hey, Champ, I think I was watching that when you showed that. Actually, let me see. Where'd you send it to?
Look like a Facebook message.
Oh, on Facebook? Okay. Yeah. I never think about that. Yeah. That's the one. Heck
I'll
yeah.
just say I hope everybody be careful this weekend because spring storms that can be pretty powerful,
Hey,
pretty
Jersey.
nasty.
Hey, Champ, is that the one you showed on the live last night that you went and got out of the water off? You know what I mean? Is this the same one? Jersey, you had to go there, didn't you? Nasty.
What did he say?
Said I wouldn't want to be a gyno doc, as there are a lot more nasty ones than there are good ones. Exactly right, 100%. And the guy comes home from work and says to his wife, if I ever see another pussy again, as long as I live, I'm going to die.
I think that might be why I don't like roast beef sandwiches from Arby's.
Could be.
Oh. I can tell you one thing. My dog's gonna be waggling his tail today.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna be so happy. What's that one song? Happy, happy dog. Yeah, he's gonna be a happy dog today.
Happy dog. He's a happy dog. Happy dog. Happy dog. He's a happy dog.
Y'all said y'all need to date a higher class of woman. Sounds to him, or just a woman.
Yeah, no doubt. That would be nice. I'm getting ready to get back out here, I think, to be honest with you.
But it's not always what's on the outside that counts. She could be gorgeous as crap, but have a shitty attitude.
Yeah.
Makes her real ugly.
Could be evil woman, witchy woman.
What'd you say about Jody?
I didn't say nothing about Jody.
You said evil.
Now you're making stuff up.
Dude, she does laugh like that lady on, or that witch on the Wizard of Oz or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's true. Huh. Oh, there it is. Yep.
That's another thing I worry about in the springtime driving this box truck in some of these
Yep.
rural areas down here I deliver to. Never know. I always pay attention to the weather. You have to when you're out in it all the time, you know what I mean?
Yep. Well, I hate when I schedule an appraisal like 2 weeks before I go. And then the day that I'm supposed to go there, it's freaking pouring rain. And I'm like, oh, man, are you kidding me? And people always want to get their crap done now. So you can't call them and say, hey, man, you mind if we do this tomorrow? Well, we need to get it done today. No, you don't. You want to get it done today. There's a whole big different world there.
Morning, catfish dog.
I don't move with them. What up,
Hey,
Tim?
you can tell me there was video of you catching it, buddy.
On some of that cherry, wasn't it?
That was Penny that sang that. Morning, dog.
Dog. Catfish dog?
Oh, yep. Phoebe was hot. Are you talking about Phoebe Cates from Fast Times at Ridgemont High or whatever her name is? She was extraordinarily hot.
Kelly Kapowski.
Never heard of her.
What? Come on now. You don't know who that is?
Nope. There's nothing hotter than when Phoebe Cates comes out of the swimming pool in Fast Times at Ridgemont High and is walking with water dripping all over her and undoes the front of her bikini. I don't care who you are, that bitch was hot. That's all there is to that. And that's all I got to say about that.
Kelly Kapowski dated Zach Morris.
Who?
90s. Used to come on all the time. Loved that show. It was a good show back in the day.
What's that?
Does anybody know in the chat know what show I'm talking about? Do a little trivia. Yeah, Tim knew what I was talking about.
All right, Morty. Kind of early for that, but I'm digging you.
That comment proves that buggy stopped back in the 80s.
Telling me, Buggy, you never watched Saved by the Bell?
Saved by the Bell with the Zach and
Kelly Kapowski.
Kelly Kapowski.
Screech.
Okay, there you go. Yep, Screech. And the one girl who ruined her career by doing the show with all the nude scenes in it or whatever about the stripper in Vegas.
Yep.
Anybody go to a chiropractor?
Morning, Kelly.
Hey, Kelly, how are you, buddy? It's good to see you, man.
Morning, Kelly.
Good morning, Mr. Murillo. My brother, Mr. Murillo.
I am real good to see you. Tiffany Amber Thiessen was also in Beverly Hills 90210. She is hilarious and awesome in social media now. She cooks a lot. Really cool. Screech is dead.
Yeah. Who else did I see come in here? Greg, Catfish Regulators ain't wrong.
Regulator.
What's up, Greg? Regulators, mount up.
You going bait fishing today, Aaron? Inquiring minds would like to know.
Inquiring
Are you going to take?
minds want to know.
Are you going to take Pinky out? Okay. Are you going live? I hope you don't make Curtis cry too much yesterday. I can't read all that. You guys.
I got it. I
Good.
hope I didn't
Very
make
good.
you cry too much yesterday, E. I should have alerted you that he was about to suffer some emotional damage. I told the live stream that I loved J-Dog about 100 times more than C. I can understand that. Catfish Regulator said no and then yes going live. So I don't know which is which. Yes,
He
sir.
must have put Pinky on the shelf. What time, Reg? So I have something to watch. Because I really don't want to watch Pat McAfee because they don't talk about nothing but stupid basketball. So right now they're talking about all the free agent trades, but my team is the great Green Bay Packers. I haven't really done nothing. Morning, Stonefly.
He's been in here for a while.
I said good morning to him, fucking man.
Okay, no worries. I'm glad that you did.
He's another one of my great Ohio brothers.
The world done told you that I'm gonna own you, buddy, 'cause you ain't got a chance in hell.
Oh boy. Morning, Mike. No, I will never call you Big Mike because I'm stood next to you. You're not very big.
Morning, big man.
Hey, Mike, how are you, buddy? You okay this morning? No ill effects from last night or anything, man?
Yeah, I'd kind of be iffy about fishing there, man. Yeah, all kinds of people walk up on him.
Well, he fell in the lake last night. Or the river, I mean.
Mike did?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, dang. I must have missed that.
and lost a fishing pole. Shoulder's a little sore.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm just hoping you's all right. Yeah, I came in just after it happened. I missed it happening, but
Wow. So that means there was two people yesterday fell in the river on the Tennessee River yesterday.
hmm,
Whoever was supposed to, I can't remember who Bob said was going fishing with them. They didn't take a good step off the dock and they went in the water and lost their phone.
yep. Who was that? Now that you mentioned, I remember hearing that too.
I can't remember who it was.
Man. Mm. Thanksgiving Morty.
Was it Malik? I think that's how you say it. I can't pronounce
Malik.
that guy's name.
Was it Malik that went in? The kid that was fishing with Bobcat the other day?
Yeah, the one that I believe he was just on the bait shop
Yeah, I think he
last
was
week.
too. Yeah, is that to say, is that who went in off the boat at the pier?
What's it, Roger Chen? Dang, dude, just block up the whole way. At least you can see through the bus.
Mike picked a hell of a way to get baptized. Yep. He was on Roger's channel last week. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to jump in the water, wait until it's warmer. Ask Jody. She jumping in the water, but it was freezing cold. And if you're
Right.
gonna jump in the water, bring a bar soap at least. I mean, I can make fun of you now that I know you're all right. You know what I mean? I would make fun of you if I didn't know you weren't all right.
Yeah, I ain't gonna make fun of you, Joe. I'm sure you didn't get hurt or die.
That's right.
Yeah, I didn't know. I remember hearing somebody fell off the pier. I just didn't know who it was or was trying to step off the boat, and we've all done
Speak for yourself, Buggy. Knock on some wood.
it.
Shut up, Briggs. It's gonna be, I think 74 here today or something like that. But you see where I'm at, behind the wheel of that stupid truck again. I should have last week. I should have posted when Ryan Hall posted that video last Thursday. Friday, I should have came up and held my phone up to the camera and showed it while I was driving, so I could have got a 3-day suspension. Took Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off.
Sign was done by AutoPen, except
What the crap are you doing?
Shut up.
What do you mean, shut up?
I didn't stutter. Went running downstairs and told my wife Big Mike fell into the river. She's like, "Who's Big Mike?" I forgot she has no interest in my hobbies. Yeah, that happens, dude. Just be glad she ain't trying to change you. What always seemed to happen to me when I'd meet them and they'd know I was a dirt bike racer, and that's what I'd done every free weekend I had. And then after about 6 months, well, don't you want to do anything besides just go racing? Well, no, that's what I done when you met me. That's what I do. Oh, heck did I get up there? Where'd Eric go? He must hit a bad spot. Hmm. Well, I used to fall into Lost Island Lake every other year. I never did find that island they claim is in there. I tell the wife, no, no fishing. I don't play, pals. I'm one of them that always falls in the lake too. I don't know how. It just happens, man. And then I've been thinking about the gray boat. I got to get it out and see how it floats. And if it looks like it's floating okay, then I'm going to go ahead and get it ready to go so I can at least go do some fishing in the reservoir here by me. Yeah, he did. I mean, stuff exploded when he fell in the water. Mm-hmm. Minnow dunkers fishes a lot, does he? Cool. Yeah, yeah. Down in Florida, John, I'm not getting out of the boat. That's a fact. I'm staying in the boat till you get it loaded on the trailer and pulled up on the parking lot. Yep, fat guys float. That's right. Uh-oh, what kind of sunrise we getting today? Let's look. I think we might get a good one. Heck yeah. Yeah, I believe we're gonna have a good one today. I may have to turn around here and watch this sunrise this morning. Hey Regs, how are you, buddy? Shallow here, I'm high stepping out of there. You ain't lying. If I go in, Jesus is gonna call me and say, how did you walk on water like that? Be like, Lord, I'm sorry, but I had to get out of there and I just moved really fast. I won't do it no more. I promise.
What's good?
Damn. She was fine and she was riding her motorcycle and a pigeon hit her, or she hit a pigeon and caused her to have a really bad, gnarly wreck. Damn. Oh, crap. Yeah, right in the eye, it looks like, or right between the eyes and the nose. She got jacked. Hmm. Yeah, there's the right picture there.
Sean said, "Well, Brad, you need me to send you a picture of a crappie?" Yep. I figured that happened.
Really? Muskegon River's the only river that still uses hand cranked locks and have been doing it since 1840. If it works, there's no need to change it, really. Man, her good thing she had a helmet on. If you ride a motorcycle on the street and you don't wear a helmet, I have no pity for you if you get brain damage. I'm sorry. Harsh? Yep. Honest? Yep. A helmet will help you immensely in a crash. Could be the difference between someone wiping your butt the rest of your life and you actually being alive and conscious and able to communicate. That's what I want to say. I'm a cruise ship worker. You'll be shocked by the things that go on behind the scenes. I'll bet I will. And if you're a cruise ship worker, I need to be going on a cruise. I suppose the workers aren't allowed to. Oh, sunrise. How nice is that? Hold on, I gotta get a picture. Shit. Come on, man. Showing me. You hear that? I know you heard it. Oh, there we go. Good morning, sunshine. A little late getting there, but it'll be all right. They look okay. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good picture. That's a good picture. Maybe we'll get one more. Go back like that. And zoom in a little closer. There we go. That's the ticket. Ah, how nice is that, man? Look at that sunrise. You should see a sunrise or a sunset at least a couple times a week, man. It's good for you. Little guy likes it, doesn't he? He's like, heck yeah, because my sunspot's coming pretty soon and I'll be able to lay in it. Yes, you will, won't you? I know it. You're the luckiest dog that ever lived. Man, I'm old, guy. I'm 61 years old, guys. I fart, I burp, scratch my testicles. I do it all, man. I'm old. I'm allowed to. Sorry. I'm sorry. So sorry. No, I'm not. I think that was Pee Wee Herman in the Cheech and Chong movie. Come to think of it. Showing up with a knife at the neighbor's door ends badly. Yeah, it's probably going to. Because you bring a knife to a gunfight at my house, you're really not too smart. This woman tried to find her dog, backfired. Damn, she's on the ground with her hands on her head and 2 shotguns pointed at her by the police. That's not an overreaction on the police part, is it? There, sorry, Uncle Lou. Woman with knife snatches toddler from Walmart. No. Man, I don't know what I'd do if I had my kid and he was little and some nutcase walked up and tried to take my kid. I love you forevermore, even when your titties drag the floor. Honey, you're mine, I love you. Oh, I'll post my sunshine picture on Instagram today, I reckon. Oh, there we go. Grow your reach by always sharing posts to threads. I don't know anything about all that stuff. I know nothing about any of that stuff. Shred threads and all that stuff. What's that all about? Hmm. Interesting. That's a really nice sunrise, Bugman. You done well. Anybody ever heard of Laney Gardner? You will. Boss letting you off an hour early. That's a good boss right there. Hmm. You okay, buddy? Oh, yeah, that's a nice blanket right there, ain't it? Heck yeah. That's my buddy, ain't it? Yeah, you're a good dog. Hmm. Damn, my knee hurts today already. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Lake Snowdon in Athens had like 20 boats on it yesterday. There was probably all crappie fishing. Is that Athens, Georgia? Mm-hmm. Oh, goodness gracious, guys. Athens, Ohio. Oh, okay. Never heard of it. Never done that in the 2 times you was there. Okay, guys. Now what we're gonna do? We had school today. We're gonna make up trivia for Friday's show. Tire capital of the world. Heck, we lost everybody. What's going on? Am I? I guess it's just what it is now. We lost Rusty. Oh well, they come back if they want to. What's this guy doing? Man, dude, you send me 3 freaking messages at one time. And you want $6,500 for that boat? You got to quit taking dope and posting ads, man. Come on, step away from the bong. Please step away from the bong. Hmm. Oh, this is Skeeter. That's Skeeter fishing right there on. Well, I guess it's on YouTube or something, ain't it? Always hiring $75 an hour. Anyone ever had one of them small generators from Harbor Freight? The like 1400 Predators is supposed to be really quiet. I wouldn't mind looking at one, but the one from the video I seen, it doesn't sound that quiet to me. Hmm. I got a stiff neck today. Hi, Jody, Jody, Jody. Nouveau for life, whatever that is. I like it. Downtown or the Brown. What's for breakfast today? Downtown or the Brown. Oh, do you, Uncle? You got a couple. So it's actually so. Now, but I lost it. Where did it go? It. So you got the 2000s, and so they're about like the Honda, because the one Honda I seen was quiet as all get out, man. You couldn't hardly hear it running. Oh, okay. I see. Nouveau. Nice. I'll remember that for sure, man. But they supposedly had those 1400s on clearance, but it still looked like a pretty high price to me at Harbor Freight. You know what I mean? It's like 400 and some dollars. And I thought, well, that's not a clearance price. The 2400, really? See, I wish they'd let you start them up in the store and hear them. Because I hate to buy it, get it home, start it up, and say, this ain't for me. Because I do something like that, I know me. Turn around, put it back in the box, and take it back to them. Nope, this is way louder than you said it was. Dang, that hurts. Best movie about Israel that has ever been made. Interesting. We'll have to remember that already then. Mark all of those as read. There we go. What time is shit? It's after 8. Now what we gonna do? I'm the only one in here. Everybody left me all alone by myself. Now I'm scared and intimidated. Hey, Morty, like I said, get my email off of my channel, all right? And send me an email so we can talk about that. Watch videos on YouTube. Yep. I don't. I gotta refresh my memory of where I left off last night because it was about, I don't know, 9 o'clock when I stopped doing taxes and was pretty much brain zombietized by then, to be honest with you. The best part is you do those taxes on the internet, right? And I got to print these out and mail them in because they're old ones. But when you do that, if you mail them in and there's something wrong with them, they actually go through and do them for you and send them back to you to sign and say, this is what your tax return should have been. 9 times out of 10, it's more. Just saying. Somebody sent me a message. Content isn't available right now. Go to inbox. I don't got that. I don't know about all that stuff. Excuse me. I'm sorry, Uncle Lou. I know you hate that. If you're happy and you know it, shoot someone. Huh. I miss my little Ford, man. I am not going to lie about that. I liked it. Ice cream and the killer band trick. Okay, I'll have to remind myself of that. I actually had a response to the ad for my Ford Jody. I forgot to tell you about it. And the guy's name's Fernando. I'll take a picture and text it to you. Now, I don't know if he's your Fernando or not, but Fernando sent me a message. Man, that's a big bluegill. Yeah, I'd have to throw him back too. Sarah Parvin catching a big ass bluegill. Where you catch that big bluegill at, lady? I want one.
Isn't he great?
Yes, he is. Smoky Mountain Catfishing. Good morning. How are you, buddy? Yeah, I would love to catch a big fat bluegill like that. You kidding me? Here's an old picture of Steve Douglas. How good a catfishman are you? I just saw a post for skipjacks for sale for $5 each. Crazy. Does anyone catch their own bait anymore? In my opinion, it should be a requirement to catch your own bait to fish tourneys, like it was back in the day. Challenge yourself, folks. Yep, and there's an old picture of him with a skipjack in his mouth holding a thing of Morton salt. Jeremy Defer. Definitely make friends with the locals. Once they're certain that you're no one out to hurt their business, they'll be a huge help. Facts. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll let you guys keep talking. I didn't realize there was 20 some people in here. R 3030, we just call him Champ around here, man. Hey, Burrito Catfish Lady, how are you? Good to see you this morning. I don't know, but I've been told. Better not say it, I guess. I've caught Steve bait before. You better go in there and comment on his post on Facebook then. He just posted it March 10th at 3:32 p.m. It's an older picture of me. He looks pretty young there actually. Your mama just told you the world is gonna own you. Won't get a headache today, Buckman. Don't get a headache today, Buckman. Beer, ice water. That's cool. 2019. Dang. All got their barbed wire tattoos. Yep. But you wish you had thought about that more, don't you? Just saying. Oh, I know. I sent J Dog a picture of a boat the other day. How can you tag someone this picture? I wonder. Oh, probably through this, right? What's that say? Share. I don't know if that'll work for what I'm wanting to do. It might. Let's see. Yeah, it might work this way. Cool. Man, I got to do something. I've got to get out. I got to get out of this house today. I may go out and tinker with the boat this afternoon or something when it warms up. That don't cost nothing. That's free stuff right there. If I had a dumpster, I could go start cleaning the garage, y'all. I'll be right back. We got sun shining in the window. Good morning, Nebraska. I don't know. I reckon I'm gonna shut this down. I lost my co-host. They took off, so I don't know why I'm gonna hang out anymore. With that said, y'all, I guess I'm gonna end this, and what I'm gonna do now, I'll be honest with you. We did have a good history lesson today on shipwrecks on the Great Lakes. If you have any ideas on things you would like me to do on the history class day, just let me know. I'll research them and do a history lesson on it. That's a good idea, actually. If anybody has any suggestions that they want uh, something that they want to know something about or whatever, just holler at me and I'll do the research. You just give me the topic. Man, my knee hurts. I ain't really don't know what I'm going to take for it, actually. The history of catfishing. You know what? I actually have a book that might go into that, believe it or not. No, I can't do no gardening. I can't bend my knees that far yet. Sorry, Charlie. I would like to help, but I can't. And if I'd be doing any gardening, it'd be out back here. Little guy got him a sunspot and he just all comfortable, ain't you, buddy? I wouldn't move neither. You kidding me? If I had that sleeping spot, I'd stay there all day. ISIS, ISIS. Uh-oh. We've got a terrorist amongst us. The history of the Ghost Tank Division in Norway, World War II. Let me write it down. You got to do something interesting. That one sounds interesting. I'll Google it, find an article, and we'll do it tomorrow in class. No, tomorrow's Thursday. I may not be here tomorrow. Ghost Tank Division of Norway. WW2 Norway. Yeah, you know, they say that we'll never have another war like World War II or whatever, you know, where millions of troops or hundreds of thousands of troops die and stuff. They figure that once it gets to that point, you know, if it's a big war like America against America, that we'll probably end up nuking each other and doing away with doing away with everybody. I guess it's never have a frontal war like we've always had in the past, where there are lines, you know, or whatever. It was an inflatable tank. Now, don't tell us. I'm going to research it, and we're going to have class on it Friday. You're killing me, man. You're killing me. Huh. The one about the ghost tank school, I'll look it up, River Rat. Seriously, I'll look it up, and we will have a lesson on it Friday. I promise you we will. Unless something happens that I can't get to it, you know what I mean? Like if I have a heart attack or something, it's probably not going to happen. So I could do a this day in history thing. Actually, I got actually my newspaper I get from down in Kentucky, the Mountain Eagle, always has some pretty good history stuff in it. It always has the way we were thing or something. Oh, there's all kind of speak your piece this week because it's continued from page 11. That means there was a bunch of them. Heck yeah. For those you don't know, I get this paper from my hometown. It's called the Mountain Eagle. And they have a segment in there called Speak Your Piece. And you can call or email whatever you want to say, and they print it. You guys keep popping ideas up, and I'll get a notepad to start writing them on. And we'll have a history segment every week. Yeah, I may have to lay down for a little bit. I feel a headache coming on, and I really don't want to have a headache. I'm not going to lie to you. And with that, you 17 people that are hanging out in here, God bless you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I don't know why I'd hang out with me, but I sure do appreciate y'all doing it. And I love y'all for helping me out. It definitely gets my life better. And with that said, if you think of something or whatever, just drop me an email. Talk to you later.